Whoa! Oh, that was really loud. There we go. Sorry about that. Welcome back, Courtesy Flush. I had to fix the audio because it decided to explode. That was basically just what happened there. Welcome, Jermaine. I just wanted to make that as awkward as possible, so that way you feel more comfortable. Oh, hold on. Here, I made it even more awkward because I didn't turn your microphone on.
I feel like I can hear myself.
There you go. Now you can hear yourself. All right, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm happy that I'm finally getting this stream started because I was a little worried that that audio prop would never go away. I mean, I'm sure it would have, but not in a time that I would have been happy with. All right, so tonight we're going to be going back into the town of whatever. Phandalin. Hey, John, are you there? John? Can you see if John's light is coming on?
Let's see here. He's not in.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, whenever he's ready. Okay, so we had before, just to let you know kind of like what happened, me and Olivius were going around town, basically returning supplies, which we got paid for. I got your share. And we got... we're trying to sell this Jade Frog at this miner's place, but he was only going to give us like 40 for it, and I was like, nah, this thing's worth a lot more than 40.
No, it is worth 40.
It's worth a lot more than 40.
It's worth exactly 40.
You know what? Maybe it is worth exactly 40, but I'm sure I can get at least 250 for it.
You're not.
You're not going to let me.
No.
Fuck.
It's in the book. It's exactly, this is worth 40 gold pieces.
What if I was to charisma?
You might get 42, so it splits evenly
wow.
3 ways.
So now it's not even like how good I am. It's basically this is the fucking banhammer.
So the eyes are gold, which are like if you pried them out, they'd be 2 gold pieces, and then the rest is just jade. And jade is okay. It's cool, and somebody like carved it. And it's like some good craftsmanship, but it's a jade trinket. Like it's.
And I'm putting a lot more.
You're putting a lot more into it then. Like it's all right. Like anything that you're going to have to buy, I'm going to scale to about the amount of gold you guys have anyway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I am God, and I will see fit to treat you as however. Well, I mean, and the book is only giving you so much because it's intending that it's like, oh, you'll get magic items when this decides to give it to you, and well, you'll see what's gonna happen.
Okay.
We're gonna have fun.
All right. If you want to, could you mute that YouTube audio that's up there behind the window?
Let me just turn this monitor back on.
Did you turn it on?
And then Biddy should be in.
Okay.
He said he's restarting his Discord.
All right, let him do his thing then. So yeah, then you can go ahead and. Oh, you don't have to do that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're on my computer right now,
Okay.
so we'll be able to hear it.
Okay.
So if you could go ahead and hit the Strem button
Struck.
so we could see you. Hey, there you are. Now you got to adjust your camera so you can see yourself. There you go. And if you could do me a favor and just minimize the window so we can't see ourselves. The minimize button there. Yeah.
This one?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Bye. No, because we're watching what he's doing on the monitor over here, and I don't want to see myself.
Okay, so the stream is only seeing this window.
It's seeing this window, and it's seeing our cameras, and that's it. That's literally it. As long as you don't put anything over the window,
All right.
they won't see it. So that way you don't have the magical reveal. But we're still seeing what you're doing.
Okay.
Me and Jermaine are still able to see what...
All right.
Yeah, you didn't have to stretch that out, but that's okay. As long as you stretch it back when we're done. Because you're going to bring up the stream window. No, don't do it. But when you bring it up the stream window, it's going to show up.
I see.
Yes. As a matter of fact, yeah, bring that back up. Yeah, it doesn't matter how much you stretch it out, it's not going to do it for the stream.
Okay. All right.
Actually, stretch it back out a bit. You can shrink it. But I think that's the maximum
Okay.
there. Yeah,
All right.
that's fine.
All right. Okay.
You can minimize our window now.
All right.
There we go. So you got some music you're gonna play?
Not yet. We need to get Biddy in here.
Well, we can play without him until he gets here, right? Or do you want to wait?
Well, I want him to be here for what's gonna happen.
You're gonna fucking kill us, aren't you?
No, it's gonna be fun.
He's gonna fucking kill
It's
us.
gonna be fun.
Well, how was your day, Michael? What did you end up doing today?
I went to the doctor today,
Yeah.
and they went over my blood work, and everything is good. My good cholesterol is a little low.
All right.
So
That noise is me messing with the audio
Yeah.
there.
No, that could be better. But everything else, like my thyroid levels, are exactly where we wanted them to be, which is really good for just maintaining the dosage of medication I've been taking for a year. So it's like we haven't checked that for a year, and it's just right where it needs to be.
Nice.
So
I just basically was teaching all day today, and all of my students had a good time, except for 2 of them, because they were having other issues that they need to work out on their own that I can't help them with. I'm not a certified therapist. But sometimes they look at you like that when you're in a position of teaching, and you kind of have to go, well, I want to help you, but I don't want to give you advice that's not good. So what can I do? You know? So I just made them feel welcome as much as possible, and they did a good job. No. Why'd you say, oh?
I'm just laughing at your comment.
I mean, what else am I going to do? I can't, say, yeah, whatever's making you feel depressed is this thing, or maybe you should work. I'm just like, hey, I got some sandwiches for you. So hopefully that helps. I have no way of helping. You came here to learn how to make movies. I'm not able to do the therapy thing very well.
I mean, yeah, you just do your best.
What's up with you, Jermaine?
No, 'cause look, kid, I got one job here.
Look, kid, I got one job here, and you fucking it up for me.
It doesn't involve.
It doesn't involve going into your personal fucking life. You know what the thing is the both of them aren't in a bad place at home. From what they've told me, they're just not feeling too great, which I totally understand. Hey, Biddy's in there, but we're not. Somehow we got removed out of the channel.
Huh. So
Are we in the channel? Does it show our light and our picture and everything in there?
Like if I check on the phone, Courtesy Flush, right?
Yeah.
I see Crowwind and I see Biddy.
Hey, John, can you hear us? Is his light coming on?
Like, let me connect the voice because I don't think it's going to show me unless. No, I see yours.
Okay, you see ours. Is John talking?
No.
Okay.
I I think he just restarted his
Oh.
his thing.
We'll have it on. The light is on. So if he says or does anything, we should be able to hear him, hopefully. No, I can still see it on the stream. Thank you. Yeah, I see us.
Yeah, we're all
Well, don't join the channel with our stream. Well, the mic's muted, so it shouldn't matter.
There we go. Biddy's in there.
No, nice gun. Oh, there it is again. Can you see his light lighting up?
So Courtesy Flush shouldn't be. Oh, here it is.
No,
There.
no,
No?
no. We're connected on my computer.
Oh, your computer.
Right. So we
Okay.
can't even see what's happening on Discord from this angle. You have to tell me on your phone if you see him.
I see him. I just don't see his light lighting up.
Are you connected to the voice channel?
I was.
Yeah. Could you connect now and see if he's able to hear us?
All right.
Could be an audio issue on our end that I have to now fix.
Hello.
Can you see us?
So I can see you.
Can you hear us?
Like it was on, but it was when I like, and I'm not. Yeah, let me try.
Hello.
Let's see here. Hello. Plug from here. Plug in here. And you say something.
Hello.
Yeah. John. Hi.
How come we can't hear him?
So I can hear you, but we can't hear you.
Yeah, I have to fix it. I have
Okay.
to, because my computer's a fucking asshole, dude. Are you fucking shitting me, computer? What the fuck? Alright? This is some hot bullshit that I have to deal with every fucking time I want to stream, and it's your fucking fault, John, and you can't respond because you're deaf right now to me, or muted, or whatever the fuck. Because my computer decided to just be an asshole today.
We love you, John.
Yeah, we actually do love you. You're an awesome dude. Let me,
It's not your fault.
you want to put music back on while I
It's
go
not
and do
my
this?
fault.
Because this sounds really weird when there's no, like, music. It sounds like just ass.
Sounds like.
There we go.
Yes. You want me to put it back on the?
No, you're fine.
Just fine. Okay.
Yeah, it's already fine.
Okay.
You should be able to hear it. Let me adjust some things. Fucking shit. There it is. Hey, I can hear him.
Hello.
Hello, John. We can hear you. Ooh. We can. You know what it is? I think I know exactly what the problem is. It's well, to be honest with you, John, it's because I'm a piece of shit, and everyone fucking hates me.
Let's not go that far.
Go ahead and say something now. I think it's gonna come out here.
Because I was thinking I'm going to go push the talk so that way if the dogs go ape shit on me over here, you guys wouldn't have to hear them. So I thought I fucked myself
over because I did that, and then, well, that you said it's your fault, so I guess it's your fault. So there you go.
Jermaine, did you grab the remote across from you?
I got. Talk first, John.
Hello, hello,
All right, now you're super loud. Let me turn you down. Try talking some more.
hello, hello.
Okay, excellent. Now I've got it fucking fixed. What the fuck is
Yes.
wrong with the stream tonight? I can't get shit right.
Is there is there like a pre-stream kind of thing where it's like we start streaming but we only get a preview and we're not like live, so that we can like Is that a thing that can be done?
I wonder, and I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Like first, it's just audio issues all over the place tonight. And we got a guest here, and he's fucking angry. Look at the anger on his fucking face right now.
Like quiet, reserved.
This anger and just resentment. He's gonna fucking tell us off after stream. Be like, this piece of shit stream, you motherfuckers invited me over to this hot bullshit, and now I've got to deal with your fucking garbage. You all fucking disappoint me.
This is a Friday night. I could have been out fucking. That's what.
And now he's over there like, well, you're not wrong.
He's gonna devour your soul.
All right, let me come back over there and set this back up.
All right. Oh man, don't touch me there. Well, I mean, keep touching me there. That feels nice. Whoa.
Hey, look at that.
That's the second time you ripped off Jermaine's ears.
Did I?
No, it's fine. But I probably should start taking them off now.
Oh my God. I am just horrible. Where's my phone now? I lost it forever. Oh, it's right there. Okay. So this is the second time I've blown up Jermaine's ears doing... What did you just do? What was that?
That was a weight that fell off. But
This is the fucking worst
I didn't know
stream
it was
on Twitch right now. Are you fucking kidding me?
Well, I mean,
You guys still hear me?
who
Oh, well,
else
yeah,
is
we can
streaming?
hear you, unfortunately. So, this is the fucking... I'm just kidding.
Just think, this is how he treats his guests all the time.
There's some Fortnite streamers who, you know, they swore once.
It's like,
so
I'm just
they're-
like raising my hand up.
pretty bad.
John's just like, eh. So if you want to go ahead and you can mute the music. That's all good. You don't, no, you just, yeah. Pause
I
it.
do a little fade.
No, put it back up.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Oh, you do it.
So now we're ready to actually do this thing. So it's totally up to you now. John, can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. We are all set to go. Finally, at 8:22, an hour after the stream started. This is going to be so much just like the beginning.
John, you said you had to bail at 9, right?
Yeah, around 9 o'clock.
All right. Well, that's cool. You'll be around for like the cool part, and then you can leave right when the encounter's about to start.
Okay.
All
right,
should
let's
make
do
it
it.
interesting for our heroes.
I feel so used.
It's not the first time.
All right. So, what last time you had gone around the town, you visited with a lot of different people, and I think you and Olivius had made it up in their mind to check out the Sleeping Giant to confront the Red Brands, and Olivius then was like, you know what? I got shit to do. I have to think about a form of locomotion. Like there has to be a better way. With all this experience in caravans, he's seen like the inefficiencies in how like animal powered carts and transporting goods and mismatched routes and banditeers and all those things. How just inefficient. And so he has been struck by inspiration, and he has gone back to the inn and has cloistered himself to work on what he calls the greatest. He's going to be indisposed for a little bit while. But when you are at the inn, you see Mass is up and about, even performing a couple of tricks for the people in the tavern below the inn. And he's back in better spirits, more or less. And he is,
Hey.
while he wasn't with you, I'm sure that you take some time to recount just what's been happening over the last day.
So the town is being invaded by, being not invaded, but more so being constantly under a sort of raiding party called the Red Brands. They're a bunch of brigands or thieves or something, and they keep coming into town and they keep bothering everything. We were able to sell everything in the cart, made a nice tidy profit. I give him his 100 gold that is owed to him. Feel free to count it. I didn't take any.
It's more like 50.
How much? Oh, how much did we get paid? I thought we got paid 100.
Well, you got paid. So you got paid 10 each for Barton's. Then you got paid 50 some from Lion Shield, and then you got another 50 from.
I thought it was way more than that.
You got another 50 from Barry Blue Jeans for his escort, but that's not each. That was total. So
yeah, I didn't hear each or total when you did it.
Yeah, no, I figured it out, and it's I can even bring it up.
So you fucking changed it on us. God damn it.
No, I told you exactly how much you were making.
Or no. I'm just messing with you, man.
But let me see.
I probably did not
notes.
hear it.
What
was that noise? Is that you bumping into something?
That's me typing things. Everyone has
Jesus.
about 50 gold right now, and they'll have about 63 2/3 after you sell the frog.
He wants me to sell this frog, John. Jermaine, he wants me to sell this fucking frog.
I should have just made it a bag. I just made a bag of 40 coins because you're not. as the person who is managing the party's gold, I feel like I'm just ribbing you.
I was gonna say like I didn't remember. I was like, here's your fucking share. I don't know.
No, yeah, you gave it to him. But
okay,
it's
I'm like I don't want to
hold.
hold.
You are now. You've been the de facto kind of like gold hoarder.
True.
Yeah.
So I give everyone their share of gold then, because I don't want to be like I didn't know it was like I thought it was like 100 apiece because I didn't know what the value of it was, but it's, 10 or whatever the hell, whatever the split is.
Everybody's
here's your gold, there, Mass Mage. I apologize for holding it for so long.
Everyone's got 50.
We worked really hard for this.
It's nothing. 50 gold isn't anything to sneeze at. By any means, you could live pretty comfortably in an inn or in a town on 50 gold for maybe a year or two, depending on how you spent money.
We got paid then.
It's a good amount of money, but as far as like items and armor and things go, like horse barding is going to be quite a bit more, even if it's just leather. So Olivius is going to have to save up to get a fine set of armor. Magical items and things. Well, it's like there aren't many magical item shops because magic is it's not like economized. There are rare magical items that are so sonically pleasing, just the best ever.
What was that?
No, it's okay. It's fine. I'm giving you a hard time again, and also hamming it up a little bit for the benefit of the stream, but you like it's uncommon to run across just like a magical place. Like you might find a library with spell scrolls that you might be able to copy down or here and there, but it's the more that you'll find is like a general goods store, and then you'll have a store with like some basic weapons and armors and things, and then if you go into dungeons you might find something imbued with some kind of magical power, maybe. But it's like generally speaking there's not much in the way of like, oh, fantastic steampunk whatever shit, like magical item mystic fucker, like that just doesn't but it's like you got enough gold that to supply what you need, and you already have most of what you need anyway. Like your time at the inn is paid for by Barry, and now you're just adventuring. Now, like to give you an idea, a ship like a sailing ship was like 30,000 gold. Because that's like a very big one. It's something that's like, but then like a horse is, I don't know, 100, maybe less. A donkey is like 30. It's there's an economy to it, and there's a bunch of things with like price and stuff. But it's like 50 is nothing to sneeze at. As for sure, as beginning adventurers, it's a decent enough reward.
All right. So let's do the encounter. Well, you feel like you're caught up on everything?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So you make the decision to start heading toward the Sleeping Giant, right?
Yes, the Sleeping Giant. And does Mass Mage join me? Do you want to come with me to kind of convince these brigands to cut that shit out? It's up to you. You can also go anywhere in town. There's a lot of places you just got out of the inn and you just woke up and you're probably not feeling 100%, but you're probably like, you know. I just woke up. I'm like, hey, I'm about to go fight some brigands. I'm not gonna fight these brigands, I hope, but I'm just gonna go over there and have a chat with them. And it's up to you if you want to come with me, or did you want to go explore town?
I mean, I did just come back from the dead. I don't think I'm, you know, in the mood to talk to a giant at this point.
It's not a giant. That's
But-
just it's the name of the inn.
Oh.
The name of the inn that we're going to is called the Sleeping Giant.
But I wouldn't leave you by yourself.
Okay.
All
So
right.
he comes with me to the Sleeping Giant.
All right, so Crow, Mass, and Irunian, I assume, all decide that they're going to head out. And as soon as they leave the Stonehill Inn, they hear this. Let's see if I can turn that up a little
No,
bit.
I got it.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah, just let me handle the audio. Yeah, you're
Okay.
fine.
Just drums.
Okay.
And it feels like it's pounding in their head a little bit. And they realize...
Do you hear something?
Somebody throwing a party?
It's a part. I've never heard a party with music like this.
Interesting.
And you realize that this music isn't actually being played from the air, is magical in nature. It is playing itself directly into your heads, with giving you an idea of the direction, which isn't very far. It's in fact exactly where you're going, and you see a cart, a quite modest cart, being with a donkey resting, and it is open with several wares hanging. It seems very strange. There's a man or something cloaked in a purple robe outside of the cart, and he seems to be eyeing you over as you approach. And what do you do?
Mass, I don't understand. You're a mage. Do you know what the hell that was?
It's new for me too. You know, I didn't always.
There it is again.
It's ridiculous. It sounds like a song of some sort.
It sounds like if I was in the same room with the person playing this music and they didn't pause it so I can speak, I would probably go over there and kick them in the face. That's what it would sound like to me right now. If you could please pause it for a second. Sorry. Thank you. It's just like really hard for me to speak when that shit's playing. And I would never hurt Michael, just so everyone knows, it's not on camera.
He knows what would happen.
Not the broom again. The handle can only go so far. So we go up to the guy with the purple.
Hello!
Jesus Christ. Let me know when you're about to do that. Sorry.
I'm Garfield, the Deals Warlock.
The deals?
Hello!
This is Garfield, the deals
Call me
warlock.
the Deal Warslock.
I don't trust warlocks though.
I am inclined to agree with my friend here. We don't normally trust warlocks. And why are you called the deal?
I am a merchant. I have mercantile wares for you. Are you interested in my mystical offers? He offers to his cart. There's a little bit of incense burning somewhere in the bag. A little bit of yellowish smoke is pouring forth, and you see strange items hanging on the back and from the top, and just different things laid about. We're actually having a promotion of sorts, some free samples.
Free?
Hey, listen. Me and my friends are quite interested in your wares. However, I would like to see at least a demonstration of its mystical abilities.
Of course.
And is Urion? You're a mage, right?
A warlock. A warlock. of
No, I said
very
Urion.
strength.
Runian, are you a warlock?
Nope.
Or sorry, you're a mage, right?
Nope.
Dwarf?
No, he's a dwarf.
I'm a dwarf.
He's a dwarf. Well, I was saying it in character, dude. John.
Who is that? Who is that?
I was saying it to you
stocky
in
fellow?
character, John.
No, I'm not a dwarf. No, I'm not a...
You're like, I'm a dwarf. And I'm like, I know that, but I'm trying to do it in character.
I'm not a
Yes.
mage.
I see something. Ooh, there's something strange about this one. He's and he starts walking around Arunian, just patting at him, prodding at him. He's like, you are not quite what you seem. He gets very close to you and he sniffs you a little bit. He's like, you're an elf.
Oh,
Ugh.
That's the best response that I think you can give to that situation.
What kind of adventurer are you, Mister? Oh, I see. You may have already participated in one of our samples. That crystal of yours. That's a prestidigitation charge crystal. With that, you'll be able to cast prestidigitation and know its wonderful magical mystic abilities. One time from the crystal. Face
I'm not quite sure how it works.
Well, you just give it. You'd have to ask a mage or a warlock of sorts, but I can tell you exactly what you could do with it if you'd like me to take. Would you like that? Would you like me to do that, Mr. Elf Dwarf Man?
Aye.
Oh, all right, okay. So,
I thought you were gonna sell us something though. Can we see the wares first?
Not now.
I don't
No.
think he's the right guy to just be picking around with things we don't know how they work.
with this crystal,
I would like to interrupt you and say that my friend is a mage, and he is getting quite nervous about this. Could you give us a demonstration of your wares abilities, please?
well,
I mean, if you are such a mystical warlock, why would this be such a problem for you?
well, I suppose you're right. I
You were
haven't
playing
traded-
quite crappy music in our
I
heads.
haven't traded. I have no idea what you're talking about. I haven't quite.
Sure.
My musics are only of the best, produced by the most magical of bards. I haven't yet taken advantage of our samples program. I suppose I could show you exactly how it works. And so Garfield, the Deals Warlock, he takes
Good
a
name.
he takes a copper coin and makes a mark on it, and he slides it into a slot on the side of the cart, and it goes in and it rattles around, and you can hear it drop, and you can hear kind of a mechanism, and then let's see here. A slot opens up, but quite a small slot, and a small crystal such that it would fit neatly in the palm of your hand, such that somebody who would do sleight of magic tricks could hold it as if like between their big palm. It's small. It's a small crystal, but it has some weight to it. And this crystal is brown, unlike the multicolored crystal that Arunian had. And he picks it up and he says, this crystal is charged with mold earth. And he takes the crystal. He says, I will demonstrate for you. He holds the crystal in the palm of his hand, and he proffers towards the earth behind the cart, and he says, "Flippity sippity hippity wah! Mold earth," and a mold earth rises up from a central point and starts forming, and it creates a sculpture of himself, Garfield the Deals Warlock, complete with coloring. He walks around over to it and puts his arm around the sculpture of the mold earth, and he says, "This bad boy is going to last for exactly 1 hour, as per the magics of mold earth. But as you can see," he holds the crystal out in his hand. The dim light that was kind of like shining through, giving its color, has died down, and then the crystal cracks and then evaporates into the air. There's one shot, and that's all. But the promotion is 1 copper piece, 1 crystal. This is a deal you can't pass up.
And this is the only thing you deal in, is crystal.
Absolutely not. This is just a sample. We have many other wares. Let me tell you about a few of them.
While you're looking over there, what do you think, Mass Mage?
No, it's interesting. He's a salesman and a warlock. It just screams, don't trust him.
We have.
But
We're talking over here. Please don't interrupt
You
us.
just asked me about my wares.
One moment,
sir.
while we confer whether or not we'd like to purchase. You cannot hear us because we're having a private conversation.
He's jumping around, kind of around the cart. He's just like looking around. He's obviously trying to listen in from where he is, but he can't hear you. He's like,
but we don't get an chance to purchase things often. And
It's
I
true.
don't think I want to walk away from here without any type of healing solution. I think that's what we should look for.
You're absolutely right. A healing solution. We do still have those 2 healing potions, right?
yes, you do.
Okay, we still have those 2 healing potions, just so you know. They're pretty good. They're actually better than the one that I had. So we'll take a look at his wares, and I need you to be on your sharpest to be able to point this out, because I don't understand magic all that well, and, well, Mass, you're the only other mage here, because Olivius decided he wanted to go work on locomotion, or whatever he was doing.
I'm still learning, but I'll keep my eyes peeled.
Well, you're the expert in my eyes. All right, Mr. Warlock, what's your name again?
Call me Garfield.
Garfield the
Call me the Deals Warlock.
Deals Warlock.
It switches every time.
Listen, TDW, we need you to show us some more of your wares, if you could.
Of course. Now, okay. You've heard of a recursive bow?
Of course. I think all of us here, including Mass Mage, who's a master of the bow, knows what a recursive bow. Are you trying to question us?
Well, I just wanted to pause it because now, in my capable hands, I have what is known as the cursive bow.
So it writes us a letter? I don't understand.
So with recursive bows, the cursive bow is much like a recursive bow, except for the fact that the maker didn't have to do the curve again. You see, a recursive bow, he had to recurve it, but in this bow, he got it in one shot. And so this bow, the cursive bow, is a +1 long bow, is especially good for archers who may have had a little trouble hitting their marks in the past.
I think he's taking a shot at you.
It seems like you have information that you shouldn't be privy to.
You seem like an exceptional keeper. In fact, I don't think I would sell this bow to you. It's much below your standards. You're having a fine time. I feel like there'd be another here though. The Fantasy Costco provides me with such mystical, magical items that
And where did you come up with this name of Fantasy Costco?
I was just hired.
You were just
I
hired
was
by
just
Fantasy
hired by
Costco.
Fantasy Costco.
And where was
the
this?
benefits are terrible.
Who is the manager of Fantasy Costco?
I haven't worked my way up to it yet.
You haven't, so you don't even know who hired you.
I don't.
Where did your wares come from?
Oh,
So, you've arrived upon a trade secret of Fantasy Costco, but if you match me in a battle of mercantile wit, perhaps I'll share with you.
Well, if you're trying to sell a cursive bow, as some sort of hot deal item. Hopefully your skill is a lot better than that. Let's just say that.
Well, that was the first. It was the first item. And I thought.
And
that
also
would
we
be,
have Urian back there, who's quite upset at us for taking up so much of his time.
I'm sure there was a. All right then. And second, he holds up a gauntlet. It's very silvery, but it's not substantial. It seems like it just kind of goes over the back of the hand, almost like a fingerless gauntlet.
So it's like a plate, almost?
Almost like a plate.
Okay.
And he says, and this here is the Phantom Fist.
Okay.
If you do an unarmed attack with this, and you have been trained in the ways of unarmed attacks, this will add additional damage as well as a knockback effect. The Phantom Fist emerges when the attack is made and does an additional hit. And if you aren't trained, well then, I'm afraid you only receive additional damage from your unarmed attack, but it is substantially more than what you could do on your own, and you do retain the knockback effect.
Well, couldn't you, and excuse me for putting this out there, but if you were wearing this plate gauntlet, not this one, but any plate gauntlet, and you hit someone in the face, I apologize for saying this, but you're going to do extra damage than you would do in an unarmed attack because, well, I don't know if you do much combat, but you're technically not unarmed when you're wearing a fist made out of metal.
Would you like to challenge me, sir?
Would I like to challenge you to what exactly?
To a small, duel, so to say.
Absolutely not. You're a wizard. You're going to do something really underhanded and probably...
Absolutely not. On my honor.
Sir, I would like to also
As a
inform you that under my honor, I understand what kind of honor you represent, and I do not think...
I take offense to you, sir.
And, oh really? So you're saying that I have no honor then?
No need for demonstrations or arguments. We're just here to make purchases.
Very well. The next is the Ring of Pointing. This is a fancy little doodad, and he puts the ring on his finger, and a red light emerges from it and plays on the ground. And he starts just doing kind of like a figure eight in the dirt, and it's not like crazy magic. It's not like it's going to do any damage. Like maybe you could shine it in somebody's face, but it's just a little doodad for pointing out attention. So maybe you, from a distance, you might be able to communicate with somebody or show them what you're doing, or if you're doing a presentation of sorts. Garfield, the Deals Warlock, as he's doing the figure eight with the Ring of Pointing, is becoming more and more entranced in the light that he is making play on the ground. And he's following it with his eyes, and he seems to be getting lost in it.
Garfield,
I'm Deals Warlock.
yes, TDW, if you could do me a favor, may I see this ring?
Of course.
So I place it on my finger and show it to Mass. Do you think it's my look?
Oh, it's interesting, definitely. I don't know.
Do you detect anything else going on with this ring?
I think it.
Can he detect anything?
Go ahead and roll a d20.
Okay. There we go.
17.
17. The ring is exactly as it seems. It makes a light, and that's about it.
So it is completely harmless.
It's kind of attractive, though. But we're not here for fashions.
All right then. How much for this ring?
That ring is 20 gold pieces.
My God.
Whoa.
What are you trying to tell us? That this ring here This ring that shines a light is worth 20 gold. Do you understand how much you could live off of 20 gold pieces?
Have you ever seen a ring that can do that?
I've seen rings that could do way more impressive things than this. I am sorry, but this sounds like a complete rip-off. Not to offend you, sir, but you are asking for quite a lot. Don't you agree?
Some may say that this has been discounted deeply to 10%.
Really, and who is the sum? I'd like to meet them, personally. Oh, they're not here? Well then, this ring is not worth 20 gold pieces, and I will not have
give
it.
it back to me. I'm quite fond of it.
Oh,
Very well then, I give you back your ring. I don't throw it in your face though. I'm like, here you go. I'm like, here's your
If
fuck.
you do throw it, he does catch it handedly. He's just looking you in the eyes while you do it.
it is nice though.
The ring would be quite a catch. Let me ask you something. You are the Deal's warlock, and you also trade as well.
Of course.
Oh,
We do happen to have this trinket that we'd like to possibly do in an exchange.
Let me see.
I show him the Jade Frog.
Ooh.
Now, let me tell you a little something about this Jade Frog. You see, it was once belonged to the queen of the Neverwinter River. And this queen loved collecting jade. This is 1 out of 20. They are incredibly rare and worth
A collectible, you might say.
correct. Unfortunately, not many people appreciate this. If you collect all 20 of these frogs and place them upon the pedestal in Neverwinter's castle, you will have to ask permission to get inside, but I'm sure if you show them these frogs, they're going to more than welcome you inside. They will king you.
oh,
It is in the law. It is a very fine print law.
Go ahead and roll a d20.
Watch me fucking fail this.
oh.
It wasn't a 5.
What was it?
It was a 5.
It's a 5.
Yeah, he doesn't fucking believe me.
Quite a story, but I'm quite familiar with the Queen of Neverwinter River. She detests jade. She's absolutely in love with Ruby, though. But
Very well.
this
It's
is-
just an ordinary frog worth 50 gold pieces. How much ever you want to argue about it, then Queen of Neverwinter River doesn't exist. I made it up.
Well,
Sorry, it's sorry to be short, but Ururion has work to do, and I don't wish to hold him up.
Well, I have something that's worth 50 gold pieces. This little gadget, and he holds up a little beetle-looking thing. It's made of metal and gears and a little bit of leather. This is
Ooh.
the Scuttlebutty. This is a mechanical beetle. It is a spy. An earpiece included with the purchase lets you listen in from up to 100 feet away. It cannot collect items, it's too small, you see. It cannot interact with the environment, but you'll be able to hear everything that's going on around it. It's very fragile, though. This was a delicate piece made by an even more delicate artificer. I'm afraid its life is limited to 4 uses, but I'm sure a man as discerning as yourself could get much more than 50 gold pieces of worth out of it.
I see. It is definitely a piece that interests me. I will confirm with my colleague. What do you think of such a piece?
Well, I think it works perfectly with your skills, and I do want the bow. See if we can get both.
Okay. I like how you're like, get the bow while you're in there. And Ururion, I apologize for holding you up. I know you have quite amount of business to take care of. What do you think about all of this?
I've seen the beater.
You've seen this.
In my travels. I don't believe it's worth 50 though. Or like 30.
It is a fine beetle. one of such great craftsmanship. The only unfortunate and most sad, disappointing thing about it is that it only has 4 uses. Don't you feel how sad that is? 4 uses.
Very. I've seen those big
TDW,
mastodon,
I am quite interested in this beetle, I will not lie to you. However, the 4 uses is the only thing that breaks my heart. I'm at a loss. What do I do?
Well, I might be able to sweeten the deal a little bit. Yes. I might have just a thing for a man such as you. And he goes into his cart and he's rustling around it a little bit. He's like, God damn it. And he comes out, and in his hand, it seems like an ordinary flower, a daisy, not a very large one even. Just seems like it'd been plucked from a field. It's an attractive flower, and he offers it to you and shows it so that you can see. And he says, "This is the whoopsie-daisy." Now, I'm sure you haven't never heard of such a thing before. This is a let me explain. Sometimes you might find yourself in a situation where maybe you don't make quite the best first impression. If you tuck this daisy behind your ear, and before you make a run-in with that person again, you whisper to yourself, "Whoopsie-daisy." That person you made a bad first impression with will forget about it for that interaction. And so you'll be able to make your second first impression.
I see.
Now, they're not going to forget, it's just that they won't think of it that first time, and so you'll be able to maybe take a second chance and maybe show a bit of your better side. Yes, I think the Scuttlebuddy and the Whoopsie-Daisy in exchange for the Jade Frog. The fair trade indeed.
TDW, I must say, you have shown me such greatness. You truly are the greatest deal warlock I have ever met. I feel almost ashamed to say that all I have to offer is this this jade frog. For such great gratitude, I gladly accept your offer.
And so he gives you the Scuttlebuddy and the earpiece and the Whoopsie-Daisy, and he takes the jade frog from you, and he picks it up and he gives it a little kiss, and then he puts it into his pocket, smiles to himself.
And we would also like to buy the cursive bow as well.
Oh yes, of course. That's 35 gold pieces.
It's good.
Keep it.
That was not in character. That was totally me. That response was perfect.
This is a +1 long bow. That means a +1 to hit, a +1 to damage.
Like, I have long range magic. I don't think, I should be spending more than half my worth on that.
Very well.
Any other items that we're going to offer?
We have 2 items, not as strange or as of greater import, but useful nonetheless. There is the Stones of Far Speech, and he opens up a box on the cart, and it's just several lightly glowing blue stones. Again, these could fit lightly in the palm of your hand. They have string, leather thongs strung about them so they could be carried on your neck. And he says, these are used to communicate with, well, whoever they're attuned to. So you get a few of them. And
I have heard of these
to
items.
each other, and you'll be able to talk quite a distance a ways away. In fact, it, I'm not positive, but I do believe it networks through the Fae, and so their range is extraordinary. Now, that doesn't mean that they're impervious to magical blockings and such, but quite useful if you are in a group and necessitate communication. Mm.
How many of the stones are there?
The boxes is full of them. He tells you these are 10 gold pieces apiece. Attunement is free.
I see. What do you think of such a stone, a far speech stone?
Well, you do sneak off often. It would be nice.
You're the
to
one who
keep
tells
track
me to
of
go
you.
forward in my
I'm
defense.
saying in a good way.
Okay.
It would be nice to be able to keep track of you while you're away.
All right. At least be able to hear what I'm saying, or
Yeah.
if I'm having a
You could
conversation.
have did that with the ring. You should have held out.
With the ring?
Yeah, because you could have flashed it to us, letting us know where you were at.
Oh, no, I was thinking about the ring, too. I think that would have been a nice part, but, I mean, that's too much money for the...
It really was.
That's a lot of money. Well then, we will buy these speech stones, whatever you call them.
How many?
Well, we're going to buy one for. You want to buy one too?
Sure.
So we'll buy one for each of us. That includes
That's
Olivia's, because he's not here, but he's probably gonna want that.
And a ring as well.
Aurelian, are you looking to purchase one of these stones?
No.
Now that we're more inclined to trust you, we've made a purchase. Can you tell us how our friend's crystal works?
Well, yes, that's a crystal of prestidigitation. It has one charge of the cantrip prestidigitation contained within it. And as you saw, when I used the mold earth crystal, it quite works the same way. To a wizard and warlock, from one magic man to another, these are simple trinkets, as we can perform such cantrips readily. But for others, without such magical abilities or training, quite the little nip in the pocket if you need one.
Just wanted to know.
All right. Was that the last item that you were gonna show?
Oh, there is one more thing, and
Okay.
I don't know if don't know how interested you'll be, but it's almost gibberish to me. I can read it, but I have no idea of the meaning. And he pulls out a slip of paper, not a scroll, but like an actual kind of glossy slip of paper, and he says, "Unlimited pasta pass. This can be used at any participating Olive Garden for free unlimited pasta for the owner of the pass.
Sword!
And free soft drinks for their guests."
You're right. It sounds like complete gibberish. Where did you find this?
Trade secret.
Does it come with bread?
I do. Well, I don't know what an Olive Garden is, and I'm not quite sure I know what pasta is either, but I have a feeling in my heart that unlimited breadsticks are normal anyway. I feel like there's a competition with a Fazoli's.
It sounds like complete gibberish to me, if you ask my opinion. But you guys are the ones who understand magic better than me.
You asked for the listings, and I've shown you everything. Would you like your samples now?
Sample
They're the crystals.
the precipitation crystal.
No, you put your coin into the slot, you make a mark on it, and you put a copper coin in the slot, and you get a free crystal.
And the crystal can be charged with anything.
With any cantrip.
Any cantrip. How many copper coins are inside of
Just
it?
one.
How many copper coins are in a gold piece?
Like 100.
100?
Like it's nothing.
Well, I thought there was silver in between that.
There's silver in between it, but there's a lot of copper in a gold. Like it's like you have copper, they're like pennies.
Okay, so it's like 1,000 coppers to No, so it's like 1,000 coppers to a gold, maybe?
Now, and it's not like you can just do it over and over again. The coin is more symbolic. It's just that this is the free sample. Like, so you're only going to be able to do it once. But it's like...
Well, here you go.
All right. Okay.
Like, sorry, whatever. Every 100 copper equal like 1 silver.
I have it somewhere.
I think that is the case, John. But
I think it's
what
like-
Michael's trying to say is like, it's just a free sample, so we're only going to get one anyway. But yeah,
Gotcha.
I think John is right. I think it's 100 to a silver, and then 100 silver to a gold.
I think it's a 10 to a silver and then 10 to a gold.
Oh, okay.
I think.
Okay.
But it's like I was looking around at it, but it's like,
That's fine.
but but yeah, the
You can take
coin
an
is
extra zero
symbolic.
out of it.
And so you have to make a mark on it, and it could be like you could put your name or a symbol representing you or your favorite animal or just anything, just something of something remarkable of you.
All right. Well, I will put on my name, Drake.
Okay, so he proffers to the thing. It's like, now, the magics are such that you have to put the coin in your slot yourself.
Okay, I do this. I do such a thing.
Okay, go ahead and roll a d20.
D20. I got an 11.
11. A crystal, or a slot opens up where it opened up last time, and a pink crystal, pink brownish crystal emerges. And Garfield the Deals Warlock takes a look at this like, yes, that is useful. That is a mending crystal that repairs a single break or tear in any object that you use it on. As long as the damage is no longer than 1 foot in any dimension, you mend it and leave no trace of damage at all.
Oh, that's going to be quite useful.
Although it will not restore magic to a magic item if it was destroyed.
Of course.
It will restore the item.
Why would it restore magic? I know nothing about it.
Just letting you know.
I'm just being weird. So, do you want to do the same thing?
I do.
All right.
Okay, go ahead and roll d20.
That's the dot down. Yeah.
9.
Got a 9.
9. The slot opens up, and a black yellow crystal emerges. That is the lightning lure. You target it upon a victim, and that victim must pass a strength save or be pulled up to 10 feet in a straight line towards you. If it's moved within 5 feet of you, that victim takes 1d8 of lightning damage.
Okay.
That's pretty awesome.
I don't know if I want to pull people closer to me, though. That doesn't seem safe.
And anybody can use a crystal.
The crystals are transferable.
All right then.
Cool things.
They're just objects.
All right.
Aurelian.
Would you like to do a roll, Aurelian?
Aye.
Do you want us to roll for you?
Yes.
10.
Interesting.
All right.
God, where's Nick when you need him?
I know. Where's his?
I would think it wouldn't be like a score thing. It would just be a numbers thing.
Exactly. It's just there's a table and it corresponds. There's nothing inherently good or bad about higher or lower numbers. The slot opens up and a very light blue crystal emerges. And Garfield that Deals Warlock says, "That is the Mage Hand crystal. Did you know the Mage Hand? It's a spectral floating hand. You make it appear, and the hand lasts for the duration of the spell, about 1 hour. Actually, 1 minute. The hand lasts for 1 minute, or until you dismiss it. It vanishes if it's ever more than 30 feet away from you, or if you cast a spell again. I don't know how you do that again, but anyway, you can use that hand and use your action to control the hand. You can manipulate an object, open an unlocked door, a container, stone, or retrieve an item from an open container. Pour the contents out of a vial. You move the hand up to 30 feet at a time. The hand cannot attack, though. It cannot activate magic items, and it cannot carry more than 10 pounds.
Cool.
Wonderful.
Now
Hello,
you have-
ladies.
And now you have 2 crystals. How wonderful!
I think it has been quite the pleasure to get to know you. Are you staying in town long?
I get my directions from a higher power, but be sure that where there is gold and adventurers, I shall be there. Yes.
Well, I hope you stay long enough for our friend Olivius might want to visit your cart and make a purchase of his own.
Very good, very good.
Okay. Well, it was nice to meet you, Garfield.
A pleasure. To be
And
sure.
I would take out down that statue before one of the guards notices and will get upset. They don't really like having statues in the middle of the road.
I'll take care of it.
All right. Oh,
He's a handsome devil, isn't he? And he puffs at the statue's face. Again, it is.
there's like a lady in the background. Take that statue down, you jerk!
Deborah, I told you before. I swear to God. I'll do whatever I do. Fire with it.
All right, and then we walk away as he's mumbling angrily to himself.
And with that, I take my leave.
Oh, you're not going to join us at the Sleeping Giant?
I have business elsewhere.
Very well, Aurelian. We will see you later on.
Aye.
Take care. And Aurelian walks off.
Rurian is.
Did you also? There's a thing, and there's like a thing. Like if you open up the Chrome browser at the bottom down there, just hit the Chrome button. Yeah, there it is. Click that for me. Awesome. Click it. Click that button, the one with the window with the music in it. No, yeah, click that shit. Awesome. Alright, could you go up to the tabletop audio ambient noise? Yeah, that's the one. And could you play some ambient noise so it doesn't sound so quiet in here? That would be awesome. Thank you so much. But not 1920s speakeasy. That would be really weird considering we're like in the Middle Ages. That would be awesome. I don't know what. That's weird. Thank you. Anyway, I just wanted to have something because it was like weird hearing just the fucking fan in the background.
Yep.
So we're walking up to the Sleeping Giant.
Quite an interesting character, wasn't he?
I'll tell you what, Master Mage. I've met many interesting people in my life, but ones that have such power and somehow still creepy only seem to be the ones that leave the most effect on you later.
I was just expecting something a little more menacing for a warlock. Now I'm just worried about him.
No, I understand. He is quite well. Did you see the way he was looking at that laser thing, or the whatever you did?
It did get me too. I thought it might be something magical to it, but it wasn't.
I think it was just him. I think it was literally. I think he was a little bit, but you know, a fine man. Hopefully, Olivius will have a better time dealing with him than we will. That was a lot of gold too. So we walk up to the inn.
To the Sleeping Giant.
Yes.
All right. The Sleeping Giant is a ramshackle tap room at the east end of town. As you enter in, 3 human ruffians linger at the bar. They have their tankards of ale. And some are leaning against a wall. Some are drowning their troubles and sorrows. One is just sitting menacingly in the corner, biding his time, drinking his wine. They all wear a grimy scarlet cloak. Their sullen stares fix on you as you walk into the sleeping giant. The thug that was sitting alone looks both of you up and down, spits on the ground, and says, Well, here's a whole pack of little puppies. What do you want, puppies? Come here to bark at us.
My good sir, I of course have come in here to bark at you. That is exactly why I stepped into the sleep. I am totally kidding, of course. Me and my colleague...
The two ruffians that were at the bar stand up and...
My god, you were giants.
They're not like coming near you. They just stood up and they're just standing by the bar.
We've just come here for a drink. We came from quite the long journey and wish to be left alone.
Plenty to drink at Stonehill Inn.
The place is not the kind of place that I do my drinking. Plus, it's all watered down anyway.
You look like the kind that could only take watered down ale.
No, that's why we came here. I just literally said that.
And I'm saying you don't look the type.
Don't look. What do you mean by that?
I'm saying that one tankard of our stuff would knock you clean on your ass for a week.
Well, I'm just going to sit at the bar and sip it. Would you like some? I'll buy you some. It seems like you're quite thirsty yourself.
I have plenty.
All right, then. We're going to go up to the bar and we'll be all right. If you want to come and talk to us...
Was it not made clear that you're not welcome here?
Well, didn't you just say that in the first place? Why did you have to go around this weird innuendo?
Maybe I like to talk.
I assure you, nothing.
Well, if you're talking, you're not saying a whole lot right now.
I could say the same for you.
Drunk.
The
Touché.
two that are, the two that stood up are walking closer. They're behind you.
Well, this is my colleague, Mass Mage.
I do look
I
good.
don't care.
Mass Mage, would you care to demonstrate why you're here? You see, Mass Mage is the evening's entertainment.
Oh. I assure you there's nothing worse than performing for drunken humans, but if that's my purpose, fine.
I don't want to die. I'm just trying to keep us alive. You fucking just do it.
You notice that the red brands behind you have weapons in their hands.
So,
Oh, let me turn it down a little bit. Go for it. Sorry. You're good. Go for it.
So, have you ever seen, what, no, matter of fact, what haven't you seen that you would like to see?
The inside of a black elf.
Was great
He
because
takes
my
his dagger out.
He pulls the dagger out.
Okay, that's so rude. Good. That's actually cool because my insides show on the outside. Can't you see?
Yeah, it's like showing the...
He's not impressed.
He's not impressed by it.
Asshole. So,
It's not. Again, you're still recovering from that. Like you can be up and about, but your usual sparkliness has dimmed quite a bit since you got that sword through your chest. That will need to be looked at from a professional, some sort of magical healer of sorts. Funny enough, I think there's somebody in town. There's a cleric, but yeah, you're dimmer than usual, quite a bit.
cool beans. I think I can hold the drink and I'll show you the trick.
Allow him to show you the trick, please.
He pours his drink over Mass Mage.
And I put my hand on his shoulder and I tell him, like, we're being watched right now and thieves can't.
I just lick my lips.
He doesn't have thieves can't.
All right then. That didn't work.
He thinks that you're making a pass on him, and he
No,
gives-
no,
I'm still
I-
laughing while I'm doing it.
He gives you a pretty hard shove. Oh wait, are you to Olivius or
To
or to Mass or
No.
to the guy who was
the guy.
yeah.
Like I just put like the friendly
No,
hand.
he thinks you're making a pass on. He's doing something weird with your hand. He doesn't do thieves can't, and you're laughing. He thinks you're making a pass at him, and he gives you a pretty hard shove.
All right then.
I use my illusions to make explosions over their heads.
Oh shit!
What are you using?
Have to look at it. I think I have like, it's just a minor illusion. Yeah, that's what it's called.
Minor illusion. Okay.
Are they stunned?
Let me look that up real quick so that I can see what its effects are. Minor illusion. Sound or image of an object with range that lasts for the duration, which is 1 minute. Illusion also ends if you dismiss it as an action or cast it again. You create a sound, be any volume and noise. Unabated for the duration. You make sound at a different time. 5-foot cube. Creature can use its action. Investigate check. It's illusion. Alright, so you just start making
Almost as if it's fireworks, but bigger.
I'm gonna say you can only select, like, you can target the one in the front of you or the ones in the back, because you can't get them all over everybody's heads, but you can get them over the ones behind you, the two behind you, or the one in front of you.
You're the ones in the back.
Yeah, I think the ones in the back.
All right, so
So that goes off on them.
let's go. So like a firework that starts blowing up, and it's going to last for a minute, so it's just kind of dazing, almost kind of like a stun grenade. It's not going to knock them on their ass. It is going to distract them a little bit, though. Why don't we go ahead and roll initiative?
17.
Cool.
Okay.
And like, does Olivia's have to roll, or not? Mass Mage have to roll?
Yep.
Let's do it. 15.
15.
Whoa. Sorry, you're good.
Rough. 1. Rough. 2.
I just wish that microphone stand would like stay up.
Yeah.
Actually. Yeah, because I'm hearing like every movement you make on the table.
I have it resting on the table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're fine.
Okay. And then do these guys have a plus to any? I'm gonna say the ones in the back get a -5 to initiative.
Okay.
So that's gonna be
And my initiative's like fucking stupid anyway. It's like super high.
Red Band Ruffians. Class. Yeah, they got nothing. Okay, and then Crow, you have
I pulled a 17.
17, and you have a +4 to initiative. Come on. I'm glad turning off the monitor doesn't mess with anything, because I've done it a couple of times now. And mass is a +3. Nice. Okay. So we're in combat. You have 1 Red Band Ruffian in front of you and 2 behind you. The 2 Red Band Ruffians behind you have been staggered by the minor illusion that took off from their initiative, but that's about the only effect it's going to do. All right, what Crow? You're up first. What would you like to do?
See, I was hoping like it would enter combat because I was gonna be like, you know, they're dazed and he's like, "What the fuck?" And I like quickly get behind him with my dagger.
You could run, or you could do that. Like, you could go up to him and try to grapple.
I was gonna grapple him from behind and be like, "All right, nobody fucking move her. I'm gonna do the thing." But
No, I mean, you can try that.
Do you think it would work? I mean, you're the guy. I don't.
I haven't even done like a grapple. I think it's a strength contest.
I don't want to pull strength. He'd probably mess me up.
I'd have to look up like how you do a grapple.
All right then. I do an attack on him with my short sword. I wish I didn't have to fight him. That sucks.
Well, okay, so
I was hoping to get some information out of him.
if you want to get information out of these guys, they're not going to respect talking. You're gonna have to subdue most of them, and then maybe you're going to be able to get some information out of them.
Okay.
Again, you don't have to kill these guys, because you can just say you're going to do non-lethal damage.
Oh, can I do non-lethal damage with a short sword though?
Yeah. No, you just have to say it.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know I could do that.
No,
Okay.
yeah. So it's like you fight, and then if you're not fighting to kill, you just say so.
I'm sitting in with like the side of it.
Yeah, like that's pretty much exactly right. Like you could be going for a joint or whatever.
Okay.
You're like Batman and be like, yeah, you're not gonna die, but you're not gonna be able to walk without
All
a
right,
limp
then.
for the rest of your life.
I'm gonna attack the front one with non-lethal.
These
damage.
are nasty guys too, though. Like they're bad guys.
They're nasty.
They've
as
been
in like
terrorizing the town. They've been killing people, raping.
I know.
pillaging.
I figured that, but I mean, like, are you talking like in terms of like difficulty?
I mean, they're a step above goblins. But,
Okay. Okay, then that's fine.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say like I don't want to kill them because I want to actually get information from them
Yeah.
because this isn't their fucking home. This isn't the place where they're. I want to know where their camp is.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and do some non-lethal damage with my short sword, which has like I think like a +6 or something.
You have a.
Got my character sheet up there.
Yeah.
'Cause I
with your
couldn't get
short
mine.
sword, it's +6 to hit.
Okay.
1d6 plus 4 piercing. So, go ahead and roll a d20 to hit.
Oh, it's gone. Here, try again. 17.
17. Like you said, you take the broadside of your sword and you slap him right in the side of his head. He takes. Go ahead and roll a d6.
Oh shit. Four.
4. So he's going to take 8 damage.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
All right.
That threw him for a loop.
Because I wanted to catch him by surprise.
Yeah, that did a pretty good number on him. And okay. Anything else you want to do? You have your move and your bonus.
Oh, I still have a move bonus?
I think like, well, you have your move and then you have like a bonus action, which is like, bonus actions are small things. It's like you can take a second to look around. That like it might be like a perception check just to see if there's anything that you can do to your advantage. You can kind of move into a better position.
How many people are in this Did you build the map for that already?
There's no map for it. It's just kind of like
Okay.
a described encounter.
And there's only 3?
There's only 3 of the guys and the barmaid who has taken cover.
Okay. All right then. I take a step to get behind him, away from the 2 that were behind me, so I'm not pincered. So hopefully, Mass will also have the same opportunity to do so. So that way, if they're going to fight us, they'll be in front of us.
Gotcha. Go ahead and roll a d20. Actually, wait a second. I think that just means I roll.
I just want to be behind him,
Yeah.
basically.
I'm confused.
Why?
I thought they were standing in front of us, and then there were
So there's 2 guys behind us, and there's 1 in front of us.
Oh.
So you cast that illusion. You're like we looked at each other, and you're just like behind him, and then I hit the guy with the sword in the front.
Cool
Yeah.
things.
And I'm trying to get behind that guy. There's a bar. If you can imagine, there's a bar, and she's like, "Oh shit!" Took a dump down there. It's like I'm out of this.
Okay. The one who was one of the ruffians behind you is kind of caught unawares. He sees you moving, but he can't really do much to do it. The other one's a bit more sharp. He draws his weapon and makes a slash at you. It catches you on your arm, and you take 4 slashing damage.
I only have 4 health though.
No, you have a lot of hit points. You have how many do you have?
Because I thought they were dazed.
You have 11. No, that affected their initiative, but they're in it now.
Gotcha.
And
Okay.
you provoked attacks of opportunity when you moved.
Oh, I didn't know that was gonna happen.
Yeah.
Well, dude, you gotta let me know.
Well, no, I mean it's not that big of a deal.
Okay. Well, all right.
That was
I would have
the
much.
yeah.
I would have never moved if I knew they.
No, that it was a good move because now he's in front of you, and they're like that's a good position. You made a
Okay.
trade. You made a trade, and that was a good trade for
All
what
right.
you wanted. In fact, he is like you're behind him now. Like you hit him so hard in the head, he's like pretty off. If it gets around, like
Back to me.
depending on what he does, you might get a sneak attack on him on the next, just from being behind him.
Yeah.
You might just turn around though, but you'll see. Anyway, yeah, you're behind all of them. Go ahead and roll a d20.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, again. All right. I got a 3.
Yeah, 3. You take a look around, but it's the heat of battle. Everything's kind of like, except for where you're focused, everything's a little bit blurry. It looks like a bar to you. Like there's
Yeah.
not much to be used. Like there's some tankards of ale. Look like there might have been more people here at some point, but it's just the 3 of them hanging out.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool. Is it his turn?
it's Mass's turn.
All right.
yes.
All right, I'm gonna use magic missile, and I'm gonna aim for all 3 of them.
All 3 of them. Okay.
Right up in the air. I like it.
Look at that real quick.
So you can shoot up in the knee. That's pretty awesome, actually. It's like, pow. Just run around. I'm just like being Jack Sparrow or something.
Mr. Stuff Guy. I don't know what movie I've seen a like bandit guy in, but I keep seeing it in my head.
Okay, go ahead and roll a d20.
Right. 19.
19. Shit. Okay. Go ahead and let me see. Where's the magic missile? Dart deals 1d4 plus 1 force damage to its targets. Go ahead and roll a d4.
Put that back on Wild West, please.
1.
Just dump it up a bit. Go ahead and roll a d20.
16.
16. Roll that d4 again.
That's a D6.
Oh.
No, wait. Roll that d6.
That's okay.
2.
2. All right. You're still wet with ale, and it pisses you off.
Oh shit.
So you got to jump a charge in that magic missile. So from the 1 plus the 2, and then plus another one, that's 4 damage to each magic missile. And there's 3 of them, right? So each ruffian takes 4 damage.
Oh wow.
The one ruffian that was in front of you, he looks like he's got his shit kicked in. All right.
So does that like mean that he is out of the fight?
Not yet. He's still standing, but he's in a bad place. In fact, he's going to try and run. Crow, go ahead and roll a d20.
$11.
11. And you have like a plus. You have a +6 to hit, motherfucker.
Sorry.
You
Sorry.
you as he's trying to run away, you stick your leg out, and but it's not like you're just trying to trip him up. Like you're setting this up so he takes a really hard fall onto a stool. He trips and his chin goes right into the stool. And you actually hear a little bit of a crunch. And then he rolls over onto the floor. Blood is coming from his mouth, and he's moaning a little bit. And he's out.
Woo! That's one. That's one. Now we can kill the other 2. No, I'm kidding. It's I mean, we can. I mean, was the one that I knocked out, was he a leader of some sort, or is he like the main one?
They're just like
All the same.
grunts.
Okay.
You'll be able to get information out of any of them, like as much as you could out of whatever an infantryman might have. But like, you don't have to kill those guys, or you can, whatever you want to do. So that ruffian 2 is like, fuck's sake, I'm gonna slit your throat. 11 plus 4, it's a 16. What's your AC, Crow?
Could you pull it up, please? Because mine is, I can't find it on my phone.
All right. Your AC is 50. Actually, funny enough, he makes a slash at you, but you take a step out of the way. It runs across your leather armor, and it mars it up a little bit, but you basically step out of the way of the attack, and he's visibly frustrated. Ruffian.
Then I look down at it, and I'm like, it was 80 gold, you asshole!
3. The other ruffian, still just kind of appalled over what's going on, takes out his sword and makes a half-hearted swing at Mass. But just from what Mass has done so far, like when he did magic missile, he just kind of made a power like a Jordan. It's like legs out to the side, hands straight up, then magical energy burst out of his hand and hit all of them square in the head. Like he's intimidated. He makes a swing at you, but it's slow and shitty, and you just kind of lean out of the way. We're back to Crow.
Oh, back to me. Well then, should we kill these two?
I think somebody has to die.
So you want them to die?
Yes.
Okay.
Crow, go ahead and roll a d20.
Okay. Sorry. There's an 8.
This is an 8. Let's see.
What happened?
They heard what you said, and they're
Oh,
intimidated.
I was talking out of character, but that's okay.
No, sorry.
No, that's all right. No, I should make a motion for that, because I was just like asking if he I was asking like Jermaine if he wanted to, if this was his goal, because I didn't want to like do something. He's like, well, wait a minute, I wanted to do this.
No, it's that works out.
Okay, but so they're intimidated by me.
They're intimidated. Like it's like I'm thinking like the one who's intimidated, like he was already pretty scared of Mass now. That was enough to like kind of shake him. The one who's really angry, he's pretty surly. He's got the fight still in him, but he's got a lot more respect for you now. But that did a little bit of a number on them. They're a little bit shaken.
Okay. All right then. All right then. Because I was just thinking about saying something along the lines of like, well, if you put your weapons down and stop fighting me, you probably won't die. But I'm not going to do that, because it's not going to work on the one that's already angry. So
not the one that's angry, but the one who's shaken. You go ahead and give a shot.
I don't want to give him the chance to hurt me, because
he won't. He is very scared of you.
Okay.
Scared of the both of you.
All right, then that's what I'm going to say. Like, look here, you don't have to fight us. If you really wanted to fight us, go right ahead. But we're just going to murder you in front of all of these people. Well, in front of the barmaid, and you don't want to make a mess in here.
So the one who's mad is like let's see here. One who's mad is like, fuck you! I'm gonna give you every last thing I've got.
Okay.
But the one who's shaken, he kind of looks at the other one, and then he throws his sword down and kind of backs away from everybody into the corner. He's like, look, man, I'm new. I just got in on this. I thought it'd be a good step up on my way to just like regular old highwayman. Listen, I'm not going to give you any more trouble. You already fucked up Jeremy. He's not going to be able to eat food anymore. Like, I'm out of this. Like, it just, and the other was like, fucking traitor, I'll gut you myself. But it's your action, Crow.
And I just say like, stay right there, and I go over to this guy and I'm gonna give him a whack with my sword. But I'm telling this guy, stay right there. We'll have a talk in a minute.
Go ahead and roll a d20.
I got a 4. Would that help
4?
with my +6?
You go to whack him, but this guy is significantly more thick than the other one.
Okay.
You kind of hit him in the head.
I thought, was this to hit or was that for?
That was to hit.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You hit him in the head, and he turns his head, and it just looks at you, just with rage in his face.
He does the, and I'm just like.
It's mass.
I'm gonna use frostbite
Okay,
on an angry one.
gotcha.
Jeremy's not gonna eat anymore. I like that his name is Jeremy, the ruffian. The other one's like Lucas.
I'm just making this shit frostbite. Constitution saving throw. What does he have to do? And your saving throw is spell save DC. I think that's how that works. Well, how does that fucking? I feel like I'm doing this right. Spell save DC. That's charisma.
Really shaking that dice up. There better be a 20 after that.
Because known
hope
frost
so.
the form of one creature that eats you within range. The target must make a constitution saving throw. On a failed save, the target takes 1d6 full damage. The next weapon attack for race.
It's fucking Friday, man. So cool.
Target must make a constitution saving throw. Well, that's versus what, though?
People are enjoying our fight.
10. I'm gonna say he doesn't. He fails his saving throw. The ice, this time, like, you'd usually channel it through your hands. This time you can just kind of turn your body towards them and look at them, and the ice just kind of shoots from where your legs are. And you're so close, it just kind of goes up on his legs, and it just starts freezing his body. Go ahead and roll that d6.
D6, wrong dice. 1.
1. Okay. It's a d6, right? No. All right. He is frostbitten, and he will have disadvantage on attack throws, or attack whatever's. Now the only person kind of close to his reach is still Crow, so he's going to take a swipe at you. That is a 6. Is not going to do it. Again, his legs are frozen, and he's kind of stumbling all over the place. He's very cold. He's shivering, and his attack is just shitty. In fact, let me see how shitty, because he has disadvantage. Almost a critical miss. He takes just a shitty swing. You just, like, you don't even have to move. It's like maybe the cold has affected his eyes, and he's not being able to see straight, but he just isn't being able to do anything. And he tries to say something to you, but his teeth are chattering so hard it just comes out as back to you, Crow.
All right then. Well, this guy is not going to be dealt with reason, so I'm going to basically I'm going to hit him on the back of the head again.
All right.
And if you feel like finishing him off, he's all yours.
Absolutely.
18.
18. Yeah, go ahead and roll that D8, D6. It's a D6.
2.
2. Okay. You give him a pretty good strike with the pummel of your sword.
Oh man, that's like a 5. If you get in the back of the with a pommel, shit.
Again, though, this guy, like,
He's a pretty thick guy.
His important shit isn't in his head. So it hurts him pretty bad. But he's still standing. He's kind of getting back after being numb. But he's just kind of reeling and just very mad. His eyes look red just with the amount of, like...
How much damage have we done to this guy?
You've done,
This guy's like a boss.
11 points of damage.
Wow, alright.
No. Mass, it's your turn.
I'm gonna use magic missile again on the 2, but not the 1.
Okay.
At the one on the floor or the one in the corner?
The one in the corner is cool. The one on the floor in the frostbite.
Oh, he's gonna finish him off.
Oh, one on the floor is. Or are you going to just try and you're going to try and kill the
I
one on the
have a
floor?
hole in my chest. Everybody dies.
All right. Okay.
Michael's just like, whoa, all right. This is good. This is good. I like it. I like it.
I think go ahead and roll a d20.
8.
8.
And I'm gonna readjust the microphone, so I'm gonna turn you down for a minute, Mass.
Sorry, class 14, 8. No. Okay. So it doesn't pop off. The extra charge, the extra roll that you did from the first time, might have just messed with the trigger for this one. But it's just not coming like it should. And so you strike that. Maybe not even strike that. You have that important pose. The one in the corner is still very intimidated whatever you do. Just like you make a move to look like something, and he's just kind of he just shouts a little bit because he's like, "The fuck," but nothing happens. And then that ruffian is now he's going to attack Crow again.
Oh Jesus!
And that is a critical miss.
Jesus.
He puts all of his strength into a swing, and he just misses you completely. In fact, it follows through. He hits himself, and he hits himself in the leg, and now his leg is bleeding pretty badly, and that it's almost like the fight's taken out of him. Like even he knows how stupid he is now with what happened, and he's almost defeated, but he's still like grunting and angry, and he's just got his head down in a little bit of frustration. You feel like if you went up to him though, he'd try and hit you again. So Crow, it's back to you.
All right.
Oh, your thing.
There's nothing in it.
Okay, good.
Okay, here we go. So I'm gonna do another attack on him.
All right.
Oh, that was a 4. That's not gonna work.
That's not gonna work.
All right. It was like 18. It was like, nope. Shit.
You go to attack, but he just kind of stumbles backwards out of your way. Mass, it's you.
You're fine.
1d6 is cold damage. So would that be more than using the bow if I use frostbite again?
Your bow is 1d8 plus 3. Your bow is pretty awesome because you put a lot. Well, I put a lot of points into dexterity for you.
So you roll an 8-sided die instead of a 6.
Okay, I'll do the bow.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a d20.
This is for the to hit him, and then you'll roll a d8 after this.
2.
2. It's close quarters. And you're trying to get your bow out, but it's just it's not the situation for it. Your bow's out, you got the arrow in there, but it's taking. You're feeling just like it's taking.
We're all of us, including the DM, are rolling like the shittiest dice right now. And watch, he's gonna roll like a 20 and fucking murder me. I know.
The ruffian, who's pretty much almost dead, picks up a tankard from the bar and drinks it down, chugs it all down in one. He's still holding his sword, but he's leaning against the bar counter. It's looking like that's the only thing that's keeping him up at this point. He looks at you, Crow, and he's like, "Come on, fucking here, then. Come here. Come here."
You can just stay right where you're at.
He's gonna make a stumbling attack towards you. He throws this. He throws his body towards you, and he just miraculously is keeping himself up, but it's hurting him a lot. And he misses you. Back to you.
All right. Well, then I'm going to do another non-lethal attack. You
All
can
right.
finish him off if you want to. I'm going to do another non-lethal attack.
Go ahead, roll that d20.
I rolled the same number too.
Go ahead and roll it again. I'm going to say you have advantage.
Okay. Add a number 1 if it's 12.
It's a 12.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you get him this time. And you hit him in the square of his back again with your pummel. Go ahead and roll that d6.
2 again.
2 again. Yeah, he goes down.
So he's down
and
now.
He's out. Yeah.
So I walk away from the 2 bodies, and I go up to the one that's in the corner, just like, hey, man.
With your arms up.
No, I have my sword.
Oh, you have your sword. Yeah, he's like, hey.
So we came in here wanting to have a drink, and wouldn't you understand? We were being as nice as possible. As a matter of fact, we were going to put on a show. As a matter of fact, Mass Mage was really looking forward to it. But now he is just feeling quite upset that you disrespected him. Isn't that right, Mass? What does Mass do when he feels disrespected?
Kill things.
Oh, he kills things. Oh, wow. And how does he kill things? Because you
It's
get to...
always a surprise.
It always surprises me, and I'll tell you what, I
Mass,
have
do you-
a lot of trouble sleeping at night because some of the things I've seen him do.
Mass, do
My
you want
God.
to kill something?
I really do.
You have 2 guys on the floor. Like, you could just, like, if you say you want to do something kind of like magical, it's going to end one of these guys' life. It's going to happen.
Yeah, so you can RP roleplay whatever you want to do to these guys. So it's up to you. I've already got this guy over
Cool
here.
beans.
I set the stage up for you, so you could do whatever you want to do to scare the shit out.
I'll finish it. You gonna keep talking to him, or it's gonna be like,
No. You go ahead.
cool. So like usually when I do a show, it's just lights, right? Like these over your head.
And then
They look like arrows. Sometimes they swirl around, and then sometimes they just land on people's heads, and the 2 arrows shoot off and kill them.
all right, yeah.
Oh shit.
So you you used some illusion magic to make the arrows fly around the room, and it's effective sleight of hand, and the arrows that kill the 2 men on the floor aren't like, you don't use magic to do it. You just kind of sleight of hand took them out of your quiver and threw them so fucking hard it went through their necks. But this guy doesn't know the difference between what you did and the illusion, and he thinks you're just fucking God at this point. He wets himself.
What's your name?
I don't remember.
Just remember for us, please. I need something to call you. Look, we could be civilized about this, but just start with your name.
Call me whatever you want.
All right, then. I'm going to call him Carl. Carl, that is your name now.
Carl, okay. That's a pretty good name.
You're very welcome. We could have killed you instead.
Please don't.
Don't worry. As long as you give us what we want to know, you won't have to worry about us again.
I'll tell you whatever you want.
We would like to know where these bandits are. Where are they located, Carl? Oh, what's the barmaid's name? I don't know. I didn't catch her name.
Barmaid's name is... what the fuck is her name?
Does it even say?
You know, it does. Come on. Groups of Red Band Ruffians. Oh wait, that's Red Band Ruffians. Oh, I need to look at the sleep. Oh, there it goes. Red Band thugs operate a surly female dwarf named Grista. She's got a name badge that says "Fuck off, my name is Grista."
Carl, what is the barmaid's name?
It's Krista.
Does Grista know these Red Brand ruffians?
She does. She's been serving us. She's served us faithfully since we came.
Oh, she works with you.
In.
Did you hear that, Mass?
Yeah.
The barmaid that's hiding behind the bar right now works with these Red Brand brigands which have been killing and murdering and raping the very village in which she is serving. Isn't that right, Grista?
Do you go take a look?
Oh, I'm standing right next to this dude. I'm not getting up. He can look.
Okay, Mass, you take a look. Grista is furiously struggling with what looks like a trap door. Maybe an exit, maybe something through a cellar.
She's trying to get out.
She's trying to get out. In fact,
I'm gonna roll for it.
yeah, her hands are shaking so hard. It's just, it should be the simplest thing in the world, but she's too scared.
I just walk over and stand on top of it.
That's awesome. He just like going somewhere.
She just kind of puts her hands on the floor and like just prostrates in front of you with her head on her hands, just like fully bent and just like a yoga pose in front of you.
So Carl, tell us where they are located. Can you mark it for us on a map if you could?
Yeah, of course. It's the manor. It was
Hold on. The manor at the top of the hill.
it's all decrepit, but the cellar's still good.
You're telling me that this operation has been terrorizing this town for so long that you're stupid enough to create your banditry at the top of the hill of the very village that you're raiding? You didn't even think maybe I might want to go a mile away or 2 or 3, but right next to the village? Are you... These are the stupidest group of bandits I've ever heard of, Mass.
You got us with our pants down, but we've been running this town for a long time. Well, they have been. I'm new.
They.
The Red Brands. I'm new to them, but they've been here since they started fixing the place up, and we've been running the crime for a long time. We're established. We're known.
I see.
We're feared.
I'm quite familiar with established men in crime. I would like to know, however, how many others within town that are currently at the manor working with the Red Brands. Hopefully, I don't know if you would know that, Mike, because that's a lot of people.
He gets kind of like a confused look on his face. It's like I'm low level. I sleep outside the manor. Like they don't even let me in there yet. It's I don't know how many. Lots.
Carl,
plenty.
Carl. Do anybody within this banditry, anyone within practice magic?
We're led by this guy named Glassstaff. We call him that because he's got a glass staff. It's a dumb name, but he's a human wizard. I do know that he holds up in the western end of the manor, in the cellars.
What kind of... He's a wizard, you said?
He's a wizard.
A wizard. Did you hear that, Mass?
Heard that.
We've got a wizard to contend with, unfortunately. Carl, how many people are within this manor, would you say?
I don't know. They don't let me in.
How many people are outside of it? You sleep outside, you should be able to know.
I mean, give me a second.
Sorry. I'm just trying to get a lay of the land so I know how to do the best approach to this situation, because I'm not about to storm the gate. Even though that worked for us the first time, I'm not about to try that shit again.
Right.
You're like, yeah, let's charge the dam. And Mike's like, well, all right.
Aggressive.
Well, we're like we have like not a lot of armor, and
I know.
we're pretty weak for like in terms of like damage.
We don't have much need for gods.
You don't have
or
sentries.
anything. Nobody was giving us trouble.
You don't even have a fire guard.
What's that?
That's the person who watches a camp when there's a fire. You do.
Yeah, I mean, we're fucking bandits. We don't care. Should
Well, every camp has a fire guard. Are you kidding
we
me?
have oil lamps.
Yeah, and if one of the tents catches fire, someone yells fire.
Well, we're not in tents. It's a brick dungeon cellar shit. We got the guy who refills
This is
the
being
oil.
run by amateurs.
The guy
I mean,
who
people
refills
who
the oil probably
don't
takes
know
care of it.
how
It's
to
like,
run a
I'm
banditry.
fucking doing a pretty.
Not like I would understand how to run something like this. I've never done such a thing in my past. Carl?
Yeah.
Where are you from?
Outside Neverwinter.
Outside Neverwinter. That could be anywhere. Whereabouts?
Just literally
pretty
outside Neverwinter.
Oh,
It's
right
just-
outside the walls.
It's like the urge. Like, you know.
So you're right outside the
The
walls.
slums.
You're very used to sleeping outside, Carl.
Yeah.
You've had a pretty rough life, I'm assuming. It led you into a life of crime.
These past couple of days have been. I haven't been as afraid until now.
And let me ask you something, Carl. What exactly have the Red Brands been taking from this town? Really? What is the end goal? What are you trying to accomplish here?
We'd take whatever we want, man. It's like we'd hassle people. Like there are we heard you guys going around. There are plans to get a couple of guys and just take your shit, kick you out of town. Like we'll
What
just
about
take
the
shit from
guards in
people.
the town?
There aren't guards.
What was that? What was that army band? What was that other?
There's the Lion Shield Costers, but they're merchants.
Other merchants.
No.
And
The-
Carl, how often do the Neverwinter military pass through the town here?
I don't give a damn.
It's good to know these things. If you're going to be a bandit, how long it will take for military men to pass through.
Nobody gives a damn. Phandolin's dead for the most part. The words that something was going to find the mines, but
And this is how Neverwinter will get conquered by the North. Idiots.
there's a
It's not you,
wild
Carl. I'm
out
just
here.
now I'm mad at Neverwinter for not sending the military up this way.
It hasn't been worth it. Like this is what
It's not
we
about
do.
this is about defending the land, Carl. I'm sorry, I don't want to get into a debate about how the military should work with a man I'm about to murder. I'm sorry. Did I say that loud?
He puts his hands on the wall behind him, just like bracing himself, just kind of sitting himself into the corner.
Carl, I am the kind of person who's willing to give you a chance. You see, we gave this chance once before to another individual earlier on in our adventure.
God, do you ever stop talking?
No. And what I would like you to do, Carl, is I wish for you to go... Do you know that there's a cave not that far from here?
What are you talking about?
There, to the south, there is a cave up here that we arrived from. There were goblins in it.
Mark it on the map.
All right?
He has a map. He gives it.
We left someone to wander the wilderness and gave them a second chance. I wish you to find this person.
What?
Do you want to live? I'm giving you the opportunity. Don't question
Yeah.
me.
Okay. All right. What?
It's a goblin,
Okay.
and I want you to find him.
What's his name?
I don't remember,
I think I wrote it down somewhere.
but I say it. I'll just say it because that way you don't have to look.
Yeah. Okay.
And I want you to find him, and I want the two of you to rethink your lives and figure out a way to work together or kill each other. If you kill each other, then you didn't learn anything from this encounter. Is that okay with you, Mass Mage? For him to find some sort of solace with this goblin that we released earlier?
It seems like you're trying to, head on a good path, and I'll let you.
You're a very generous person, Mass Mage.
No. You're definitely being generous today.
Yes, I am. Find this goblin, and find a way to make it back. Find a way to make it back to the people here, and work together to make yourselves better.
Okay, okay.
And if you don't, I'll find you and I'll slit your throat while you're sleeping.
Okay, man, okay.
Not
All
even
right.
kidding.
I got you.
This is the serious voice. I'm going to kill you if you don't do what I say.
I got you.
I better find you later doing something that I want you to do.
He's inching his way towards the door. He
All
wants to
right,
get
you
out
can
of
go
here.
now. Go.
All right, he bolts.
I'm just trying to. I was just trying to hopefully we'll see these two later.
Carl.
Carl and the goblin friend that we forgot the name of.
Carl.
I'm just giving you stuff to work on. If
Yeah,
you don't
no,
want,
that's
if you don't want to do that, that's
no,
fine.
this is good. I like
Okay,
this.
okay. And the band of people we allowed to live.
All right. It's kind of like human sacrifices in Fight Club.
Okay.
No. All right. Now what?
So you want to question Trista?
Me?
Yeah. You're the one next to her. I watched the guy leave, putting my sword in the sheath. Like, ugh, there's blood all over me.
What were you getting out of this, Trista?
Gold's as gold as anybody's.
So where you're keeping that gold? Don't get heavy on me now, Trista.
She darts her eyes to a lockbox that's behind the bar, and that's where.
How do we feel about this?
My back is still turned. I'm cleaning my sword right now.
I don't know how I feel about this, Trista. How do you feel about this, Trista?
I just want you out of my bar.
What does it mean to you?
Take what you want.
Don't forget there's a trapdoor too.
I really... There's a trap door.
No,
Oh!
the one that you're standing on.
Right. What does the trap door lead to?
It leads to the foundations, and then there's a break in the foundation where I could crawl my way out.
It doesn't lead to the hideout?
No, it just leads to the outside.
Is there another secret?
Is there another secret entrance?
To where?
Here in the hideout, since you know.
There's no secret entrance in here. There's the doors. There's the trapdoor. I was trying to get my way out. And I don't know about the Red Brands, but there's a manor. Was a manor. They probably had something. I don't know. I don't know. But they probably. You could. I heard tell of someone from the farms maybe finding something, some sort of encounter. I don't know any more than that. I haven't heard anything.
Alderleaf, I think. Yeah. You're still talking to her. I'm still back here, like really forcing my back to you, so you can do what you want to do.
Open the safe, Trista.
She gets the key from around her neck. She opens up the lockbox and offers it to you. Mead isn't very expensive, so it's filled with mostly copper. There's about 5 gold pieces, then like maybe 10 silver pieces, and then another like 70 copper pieces.
I lost my phone. Sorry. You're good.
Altogether, it's maybe like the contents that's in the box is worth maybe 7 gold pieces.
Oh, Trista. You sold your people out for so little.
It's more than I've seen in a long time.
Think it should be the last thing you see. He just takes her out with the magic missile.
The magic missile? Shit. Go ahead and roll.
8.
8. She funny enough, she scrambles backwards, and it misses. The blasts come out, and they hit around her, but she's almost cat-like. She's scrambling back, and she's up on her feet, and she's running. Shit. Oh dear. She's running for the door, but she runs through the puddle that was left after a dude poured after the dude poured meat on you, and she slips, and she falls over and hits her head on the corner of a table, and dies.
That works too.
And then I turn around. I'm like, "Oh, what happened? I was busy taking care of my appearance."
She just had a nasty fall.
I see that. That's quite unfortunate. Did you have anything in the safe?
Yeah.
No.
Some gold.
Oh, fair enough. Do you want to take that?
Of course.
And what exactly was she trying to escape to exactly?
Probably to the mansion.
You think that trapdoor leads to the mansion?
Not at all. It definitely leads just out of here. But we could follow it to see.
No, I'll take your word for it. Is there anything in the basement that we could?
No,
Okay.
it's just an exit.
All right, I don't even I don't want to
Spiders
waste time going.
Cobwebs and
Yeah.
shit.
All right then. I want to check the bodies of the two guys.
They got shit.
All right, nothing.
Mm.
Okay. Then very well. We leave the the now quiet sleeping giant, the now very sleeping giant in.
Okay, you leave, and where are you going now?
To the cleric.
To the cleric?
Yeah, well, who's the cleric?
Aren't we like wounded at this point?
Crow's got a bit of damage on him, and you might want to see that cleric just to get the whole, like, further patched up, get your regular radiance. Yeah, Crow's a little bit familiar with the cleric.
I fucked up.
Well, you have the flower.
He doesn't even want to know the story.
What's the story?
He's like, you have the flower. I don't need to know what you did.
What happened?
So she gave me the vibe, since she runs the Shrine of Luck. She gave me the vibe, like, since it's the Shrine of Luck, and thieves like luck, I figured she might be in on the whole thief thing.
Oh.
I figured she might be working with these bandits. I was fucking wrong.
Why would a healer be a bad guy?
She understood something about thievery that I can't really fully explain.
Well, Mass knows what thieves' cant is.
Oh, does he understand it?
He doesn't understand it, but he knows of thieves' cant.
She understood the basics of a language that thieves quite know well.
Yeah.
And I figured she must be within this banditry camp. Turns out not only do they not know what it is, but it turns out she might not even be involved with them, and I may have made a huge ass of myself in front of her. She was going to kill me.
Oh.
I was able to convince her to not do that.
Okay. So it's not in our best interest to do that.
Well, we do have the Daisy. I think I can have a second chance.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think that'll be fine.
Cool, man.
I feel like that is exactly the reason why that Daisy appeared in his card.
And to think, all we wanted to do was put on a show.
Hmm.
You gotta tell me in advance about these things, though.
I apologize. It was I saw daggers, and all I kept thinking was, how do I avoid not being stabbed by this? I apologize.
I'm an attack first type of person, actually.
Here's the thing, Mass. You're a man of many talents, but the one thing that I definitely think that you could learn from me in terms of the way I work, always go for the most surprising thing you could do. Because if you can throw your opponents off, hell, even the god itself, you never know what you'll be able to do.
You put on a good show.
And I talk a lot. Do you want to continue, or are you good?
Yeah, you can keep going.
Okay. So let's go back to. Could you pull the map down a bit so we can see the cleric's house?
Yeah. It is.
It's up. It's yeah. There's
Right
Sister Gariel's home.
Yep.
So we go to Sister Gariel's home.
All right.
I put the thing in my ear and I knock on the door.
Do you say the magic
Oh,
words?
I will. Just let her come out.
Yeah. She comes to the door.
Gariel,
The fuck are you? Get out of here.
I was not expecting her to drop the F-bomb. But that's fucking... The fuck are you doing here? Gariel, I just wish to say, whoopsie daisy. I made a huge mistake. I made an ass of myself.
You poor thing. Come here. She does a lay of hands on you and heals the damage that you recover.
You
that you
are
did
an
sustain.
angel.
Say no more. It's what I'm here for. And your compatriot is oh my. Come lay down. Come lay down at once.
And I help clear the table and lay on the table so she can do her.
She opens up your shirt and takes a look and she's like, how did this happen?
We had a run-in with some terrible goblins.
I feel oh jeez, man. She's running around, she's getting various oils and herbs and things. Even though the wound is healed up mostly, she spreads them over it. It's cold. It tingles and it feels like the cold is reaching like all the way through you. And then again she lays her hands on you feel like the cold that was spreading through you start to heat up, and it gets hotter and hotter and hot, and it feels like it's almost burning and it's almost painful, and then it fades away, and when that fades, your normal radiance starts pulsing and coming back, and there's still a slight scar on the front and the back of you, but you have retained your normal, as well as like your skin had become like, instead of black, it was a bit palish. It's back to being like it's very dark black, and the sparkles have instead of being muted, they shine anew, and there's a little bit of color back in them again, and you are back to your normal self.
Amazing. We could have really used a teacher like you at Darkhaven. No clerics there.
No clerics at Darkhaven. Well, to be fair, there was no clerics at Blackwood either. My father was quite a cleric back in his day, actually. He used to help wounded soldiers as they would come through our village.
Oh yeah.
Yes. He didn't teach me anything about it, though, unfortunately.
Oh, poor thing. Now,
it's a running joke that I just say that, like my father does all these jobs.
I was like, didn't your father do something else?
My father did like 50 jobs at this point.
She's what did she say? She's what have you been up to? How have you sustained such? You didn't go off of those awful red bands, have you?
We didn't what?
You haven't gone after those awful red bands, have you?
We took and visited there, the sleeping giant.
What did you? Is that the only damage you escaped with?
Yes, we are perfectly fine now, thanks to you. You have healed us miraculously.
What are your intentions? Did you
Well,
take any? You didn't kill any of them, did you?
No, I did not. However, the sleeping giant inn may need a new owner.
Oh dear.
It was a terrible spill.
Oh,
I don't think she will be able to recover from it.
She thinks you're being like a little candid at first, but she's smart enough to look inside and see that like you're just being a little gallows about it, like, but she knows she's dead, and she knows you're not lying about it being an accident.
Yeah.
Technically, he didn't kill anybody.
That's why I said I didn't. That's why Mike looked at me like, all right.
and I doubt you were able to do much in your condition. You didn't. Are they going to retaliate?
I don't think anyone's going to retaliate. As a matter of fact, we're hoping that there is a newfound friendship eventually being born, not between us and the Red Brands, but one of them. We were able to turn him back to being, I think, a normal, functioning citizen of society.
Don't quite know how, but if you say so.
Yes.
What oh, jeez, if I were you, I might want to cut loose. The Red Brands aren't going to take kindly to attack on their hangout. I'm probably going to leave because they've been.
There were no witnesses.
It doesn't matter for them. They know you're the ones that came. You're new here, right?
Oh, we are.
You came here. They messed around. Maybe they're going to capture the one that you let go and take him out for behind the shed and fucking. This isn't great.
I understand that they may retaliate, but here's the thing. They haven't had a chance to yet. We haven't given them enough time to find anyone. And until then, we are currently at a level where we could surprise them. You see, my lady, we have come here to actually... Well, we didn't actually come here to do this. But we feel like this could help us and the town itself.
You're gonna mount an attack on the manor?
Well, an attack of sorts, yes.
Well, I'm not gonna go with you, but anything I can do to help out.
Would you know if anyone would have the plans to the manor? There had to have been some city planning.
There might be some records at the town hall, but since Phandalin rebirth, most of the serious record keeping has been done at the Miners Exchange. Actually, it's pretty much where all the money comes through, and the woman there, her name is. Hold on. Halia Thornton. Halia Thornton, she's kind of a de facto authority. With our glorious town pompousman acting as don't tell him about what you've done. He'll freak.
No worries.
He's completely prostrate in front of the Red Brands. Calls them mercenaries, for God's sakes.
My lady, we have no intention of informing anyone in town of what we have done, only because we know that we can trust you with such matters, because you too, like us, wish that this town be in a better place. As all things, there should be peace.
Peace. Balance. You speak truth. Yeah, you might be able to find something at either the Townmaster's Hall or the Miners Exchange. Yes.
Very well then, and that's basically what we'd like to know. Tell me, my lady, what was the name of that wizard again?
Which one?
Glassstaff?
Glassstaff. Is that his name, Glassstaff?
Yes, that's the leader of the Red Brands.
My lady, there's a leader of the Red Brands. They call him Glassstaff. Do you know of this man?
Only what I've heard.
What have you heard?
Has a glass staff, leads the Red Brands. Fairly vicious man if he's leading the Red Brands and giving them the orders.
And you're of a magical type yourself, would you be able to tell us exactly, from just your perspective, if you have it, if this man is some sort of greater magic, or just your average working mage?
he's got to have some sort of power if he's going to be the head of the Red Brands. Power or coin. That's the only thing those ruffians are going to bow to.
Well, miss, sounds like we are going to have to take care of your rival.
Yeah. Maybe I'll get a glass staff.
Hopefully it doesn't break in battle or anything. Maybe something I might snatch. That would be kind of cool. Like, out of character here. Like, if I, like, sneak and, like, steal his staff and, like, give that to you. And then we show up, like, he's like, what? And then, like, you're just like, this is a really nice staff you have here. It'd be a shame if something happened to it. And then you just, like, use it on him. Or whatever. I think that would be kind of funny. I don't know if we'd pull that off, but that's out of character. But,
she also says, you might want to check at the Ettermeth orchard. I've
The
heard
Alderleaf?
tell of the how many are there? There's like 2 orchards of shit in there. Let me
oh,
check
Ettermeth? Okay, I see it. I didn't see it on the left there.
There is an Elderleaf. There's
Yeah, Alderleaf is to the south there.
I think
That's Alderleaf Farm, but you said
yeah,
Ettermeth. Okay.
Yeah, no, I mean Elderleaf. Ettermeth. You might want to check with Ettermath Orchard, just anyway. But she meant to say Elderleaf. Elderleaf's boy had some sort of encounter, I've heard, with those ruffians. I don't know how he escaped unscarred, but you might look into them. They might have something for you.
And is there any way that you can kind of keep what we've been talking about just quiet until we're able to take care of this?
She zips
Wonderful.
her lips and gives you a little bit of a smile.
How often do the Red Brands go in and out of Sleeping Giant?
I don't go by there. I wouldn't know.
Well, we're going to have to take care of some things.
Go ahead and roll a d20.
All right. Me?
Yeah.
I rolled a 4.
Roll a 4. Yeah, you don't pick up anything.
Okay.
You don't really see. Master, you want to roll?
Sure. 5.
5. Yeah, you don't really figure anything either.
Talking about in the room we're in?
Just in general, with the conversation that you've been having and just whatever's been going on, you don't pick up on anything.
Okay.
No.
Well, me and my colleague must go and try to figure out this plan. We also have another one. You may have seen him. He's a centaur named Olivius. You may have seen him walking through town. He's hard to miss.
Oh, you know what? I did see a centaur kind of manically running back and forth collecting materials. I have no idea what for, but he seemed quite a bit of a hurry.
He's a young one. Please keep an eye on him if you can.
Absolutely.
He will be able to join us if you see anything. Please let either the 3 of us or you've seen a dwarf walking with us.
That surly looking dwarf.
Yes. He is also with us. So if you see him, please let him know anything if you hear or see anything.
Would you like to say a prayer at the shrine?
A prayer at the Shrine of Luck?
Yes, absolutely.
Of course.
Okay. So she leads you over to the shrine and kneels in front of it, and she you don't have to say much with her. She just kind of leads you in the prayer.
Deo Gracio.
Just asking for the kindness of the goddess of luck and to look over your compatriots and.
I'll just do this. Give me a moment while I speak with the Lady Luck. Listen, Lady Luck, I have been having some really bad times, and I know that we haven't been getting along greatly. But if you could really help us out with this bandit problem, it would be so good for everyone in this town, and I'll find a way to make it up to you, I promise.
There's some gold, copper, and silver about the statue. It glints a little bit as you're speaking.
I really hope that was a yes. Thank you. We're quite done here, I think.
the glints that were, go ahead and roll a d20.
I really hope that was a yes. It was a 10?
It was a 10.
Yeah.
It's you look at the statue, and you look into its eyes, its carved eyes, and it almost seems like it's expecting something from you.
Everybody wants money.
I figured we could leave her something anyways. We
Yeah.
did steal from the bar. We can give her the copper pieces.
How about we give her the take from the bar? 7 is a fitting number. I think worth of gold for the lady luck.
It is lucky, huh?
Yeah,
So
that's actually kind of nice.
you upturn the lockbox, and you hear the pieces rain down, and they strewn about. And when you look back into the eyes, it's no longer expectant; it's more satisfied, and you
Very,
feel,
very emotional eyes for a statue.
and it's just what you're getting out of the feeling of what's going on. But yeah, in fact, one copper piece bounces off and hits your foot, and you notice that this is pretty shiny for a copper piece.
Oh, a lucky coin, perhaps?
Did it fall face up?
I sure did.
It's definitely lucky.
All right then, and I put that in my front pocket
All right.
for the bullet that comes. No, I'm kidding. That's awesome. Cool.
All right.
All right. So we wish Sister Garia and wish her well, and we're going to, continue trying to figure out how we take care of this bandit problem.
She takes both of your hands as you're about to leave and says, "Listen, you just as well run off. But if you're really going to do this and you pull this off, you come back and we'll talk a little bit."
We look
And,
forward to it.
And she signs Thief Cant into your hand. It's the symbol of the harp that you saw on the back of the Lady Luck. And Mass, you just feel like she's holding your hand. Maybe like she might have made some movement, but Crow, you pick it up.
Okay. And mainly because I don't want to give away anything, because a thieves guild, if one thing, not honor amongst thieves, honor amongst at least thief secrets, and so I'm just gonna keep that to myself for now. Yeah.
I did just kill people. I need some type of repentance.
But you feel better now, right?
I do.
Yeah, feels like a totally different person. Yeah, because that kind of damage wounds the soul.
No. So you
That's
turn
such a cool mechanic too.
the what?
Like, the more damaged he is, the more darker he becomes. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, the glint and sickly and
Like the when the glint is darker, that's when it's like, oh shit, he's about to murder everyone in this room. I dig it. That's pretty cool.
As you turn to leave, you're walking away, and you get maybe 20 feet away. You feel kind of like a curling around your ear, and you notice that the Whoopsie Daisy has withered, and has dimmed, and is fragile. And when you go to touch it, it just kind of breaks apart a little bit and falls onto the ground.
Well, to much of Garfield's credit, he did sell quite the Whoopsie Daisy.
You really do.
Well, because I made quite the Whoopsie Daisy with this woman. So
Now remember, when you come back, she's going to have knowledge of both encounters, but you might have improved your first case with your second. So just keep that in mind.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she hasn't forgotten.
Of course. Well, I
but-
mean, that's why she signed to me.
Yeah. Well, she forgot during that moment. So during that moment, she lost recollection of the first time she saw you. Now that you have left, and maybe in the next 10 minutes, that knowledge is going to come back, and she's going to kind of wonder why she acted the way she did. And so when you come back.
I'll be able to explain it to her.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna be honest.
Okay. All right.
I now that I understand a little bit better, because my initial reaction was based on the idea that maybe she works with the Red Brands.
Yeah.
But that was offensive.
Mm-hmm.
So I get where she's coming from, but that was just basically my thought was like, well, she understands thieves can't.
Yeah.
But apparently these guys are bandits and idiots.
Yeah.
So I gave them way more credit than they deserve. I was thinking like I could make 2 and 2, but I made a terrible move. So we could go to the Miners Guild and see about this plan, and then talk to the guy in the farm.
The farm.
You want to talk to the farm first?
Because he the one that made it away.
All right then. So we're gonna go to Alderleaf.
All right. So you head over to Alderleaf, and you feel like this might be the sun's getting pretty low. So this is probably going to be your last visit for the day.
Okay.
And as you're walking there, you see a wise female halfling, 45. I don't know how you can tell she's wise. Maybe she's got that studied look. Maybe she's wearing glasses. Who
45.
knows?
She's pretty young for a halfling. Is she supposed to be older?
No, it says 45.
Really? Oh, so in D&D, the 45 is like 45 for them?
Yeah. For halflings are about, like, they live... I think halflings live a little bit longer than humans.
Well, in Lord of the Rings, Bilbo was like 60.
Well, that was, like, before or after the ring?
No, that was the whole time. Not Bilbo. Frodo. Frodo was 60, and he was still a young one.
Oh, yeah.
So, because they have longer lives.
Yeah,
But if they're not doing Lord of the Rings shit, I'm just thinking that.
I
figured D&D copied Lord of the Rings in some respect in that manner. But if she's 45, that's 45.
Well, I'm pretty sure Lord of the Rings came first, and I think, yeah. And
I think it was written in like the 50s or 60s.
As far as like the halfling age
40s
goes,
maybe.
It's
the 40s.
Well, like how old was Bilbo during the beginning of Fellowship? It was like my 111th birthday.
Yes.
Right? And that was supposed to be pretty old, right?
Well, it's old, but it's also like it's almost like he's saying like he's like 80, but he didn't look 80.
All right.
You know,
yeah, the ring was giving him unnatural. Wait, we could talk about Lord of the Rings all the time. I'm playing D&D right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I'd have to look up like what the ages are. But
okay, 45's good.
Maybe this dimension of the world, the halflings have the same ages.
Don't worry, dude. I drive around Cleveland. I see a lot of 45-year-old halflings.
But yeah, you see this.
There's a lot of halfling.
And she's just kind of tending to the farm around. And she sees you approaching, and she kind of takes a look up and down, and then offers pretty ginger wave, and you guys walk up to her. What do you say?
Greetings, my good lady. We are here to actually speak to you and your son. Is he around?
What do you need to talk with young Carp about?
Oh, he's not in trouble or anything. My name is Drake, and this is Mass Mage. We're trying to figure out something that happened earlier, and your son was there. He's not in trouble. We just want to make sure that he's all right.
You're talking about the Red Browns.
I look around. We might be, but let's keep it. Let's just say that we are dealing with a mutual problem here.
She invites you over to her house. She offers you some water. I'm
being really sneaky against a bunch of people who are fucking stupid, but I just wanted to be a little bit under wraps so it's not like we're obviously like, oh yes, the Red Brands. I know where they're at. They're over there. And then everyone, all the Red Bands are just like, red alert.
No. Everybody in the town hates the Red Brands, except for the town hall town master, who is intimidated by them.
Okay, of course.
The only person who hasn't had like a significant run-in with them is, well, you'll find out. But there's everybody doesn't like the Red Brands, and so they're on pins and needles when they talk about it. But do you offer anything more to her, to kind of give a little bit more sincerity?
Yes, we're currently trying to find a way to remove Glass Staff and the Red Brands from town.
Her eyes widen a little bit, and she gets you some food, and she's just kind of mumbling a little bit, but just nicely, and just comments on, just gives you a couple of compliments, just like, oh, so sparkly, and just like as she's just moving around the house and just doing things, and then when she's kind of done fidgeting, fussing around, she yells out and it's like, Carp, and this young boy of 10 comes down, and he's holding a small book in his hands. Must have been reading. He's like, yeah, Mom. Oh, who are these? And she says, these gentlemen, they're adventurers. And his eyes light up, and he's like, really? What kind of adventures are you? What do? Do you do magic? You look magical. What about you? You look, oh wow, that's a cool cloak. What do you do? And he's just kind of enamored, and she's like, cop, honey, calm down. They want to know about what happened when you were out in the woods. And he's like, yeah. Well, I was out in the woods. I was practicing a little bit of sword technique. I have a little bit of a primer, and I had a stick that I was messing around with. But I was out there, and I was after I finished, I just started searching around a little bit, because it's like I like to get to know the woods a little bit more every time I'm out there, and I got pretty close to the man. I know I'm not supposed to, but I was pretty much in the shade, and so I felt I was pretty good to just like I wouldn't be noticed or anything. I was being very quiet, but I found a small tunnel, and before I could like before I could look at it more, I heard noises coming from it, and so I jumped behind like a thicket. I jumped into the thicket so I could hide. And these two big ugly bandits walked out, and they were talking of like they're just bad language and being rough, and I just held my breath until and counted 200, and then I ran home, and that's what happened.
Wow. Well, you're quite brave, young man, for what you've done. And if we were to show you a map, would you be able to mark the location?
I think so.
And I show it to him,
and he takes a look, and he's like, right here, and he points.
Okay. And what kind of feature should I look for?
It's there's a little bit of grass, overgrown a little bit around it. It's not that big of an entrance, but and there's no kind of door or anything. It's just pretty dark. It's kind of hard, but what was weird is like the grass around it was like short, and the grass around immediately around it was taller, and so I was just kind of picking around, and I found it.
Well, you've done a great job. What I would ask is that you please, for the sake of, for now, until you're old enough to become an adventurer yourself, please stay away from the manor and anything else that might be of danger to you. Not to say that you aren't a very brave young man, we just would not want anything to happen to you.
Okay.
And study. Studies are just as important. I learned that from my father.
Oh, yeah.
And staying close to the shadows is something.
Her mother smiles a little bit as they keep studying, and half at you saying it, but a little bit more just at him readily agreeing.
And staying close to the shadows is always a great way to. Never mind. Anyway, Mass, was there anything we'd like to ask the people here? Are you good? Yeah, you're good? Okay. I didn't want, I feel like I took over.
No, you supposed to, because I don't know.
Okay. Well then, Madam, if you could please keep this under wraps and also keep him from talking aloud.
Oh, and she gives you some nods, puts a hand on his shoulder, and kind of pulls him in gently and close, and just like,
Yeah.
boy knows
Good.
his stuff.
We don't want anybody around town to know what we're planning to do. The element of surprise is incredibly important.
She looks afraid for you, and
There's no reason to be afraid. We'll be just fine. Hopefully, and fine enough to be able to finally clean this town the way it was supposed to be, and then hopefully be able to get on with our adventure. But madam, I could not sleep at night knowing that there are bandits terrorizing your children.
just a second here. Figures out.
Listen here, and I don't know how I found my phone, but I did. I don't even remember picking it up. It just appeared in my hand.
She says, if you mentioned something about other adventures and other things, I suggest, I know of a druid. His name's Redoff. He's in the surrounding area, and she shows you on the map just like where
Whereabouts he might be.
just whereabouts he might be. It's like he's a longtime friend, and he's very involved with the goings on around here. If you go to him, he might be able to help you. But that's after you finish what you're doing here. That just might be something you want to look into. And I know that old man, not old man, well, oldish. Hold on here. Darren, the old elf Darren at the Ettermath Orchard. He used to be an adventurer. I don't know what in the ways of he might be able to offer you, but he might know of a thing or two that might be worth pursuing. Not particularly in relation to what you're currently doing, but something to look for.
Thank you, madam. And make sure you listen to your mother, boy. We're going to go and find our friend. It was nice to speak to both of you. Thank you.
And then they show you to the door.
Sorry, my phone just reset itself, weirdly enough. Like it appeared out of the ether and now it's completely reset. Not even kidding.
But yeah.
Weird. All right, sorry. Go ahead.
They show you to the door, and they wave politely as you guys leave.
Awesome.
With that, the sun is on the horizon, and you
go
guys
back to the inn.
head back to the inn to rest up before hopefully share your information with your other compatriots, and hopefully the next day you'll be able to mount an incursion.
Okay. Is it possible that we could take care of those bodies in the inn beforehand, or we're good?
At the Stonehill?
Yeah. No, at the Sleeping Giant.
Oh, at the sleeping. Well,
I would much rather them think like these guys disappeared than there's dead bodies here.
Oh, jeez. Okay. What do you want to do?
We would like to, I guess, discreetly put them in the cellar behind the old kegs, just for now.
Okay.
Can we just do that?
Under cover of darkness, you're used to watch shifts, so you usually wake up around 4 hours into a sleep anyway. Mass, you as an elf, you just need to meditate, so it's not that big a deal. But under cover of darkness, you go back to the Stonehill Inn.
The Sleeping Giant.
Or Sleeping Giant, yeah.
Yeah.
Keep looking at Stonehill. You head over there, and bodies aren't there anymore. There hasn't been any chatter or anything going on, but blood's still on the floor, and bodies aren't there.
Well, hopefully we still have some level of surprise left.
Maybe we should have burnt the place down.
You're right. But that would have been an even bigger smoke signal.
Probably.
That would have been way over the top. I think they would have been like, oh yeah, we're going to kill this town now. That would have been a bad idea. All right then. Well then, I think that's a good place to end this. All right then. So, coming back on Monday, we'll be doing some more Dark Souls. Wednesday, we'll be doing some more of whatever we're doing. I don't know what we're planning on doing for that yet. Thursday, I will hopefully be able to start the adventure stream. I haven't been able to get to it. It's been 2 weeks now. And because yesterday I was it food poisoning, and I still kind of feel like it's heartburn kind of feeling here, but I'm not weak like I was yesterday, so I'm feeling a little bit better.
All right.
But yeah, Jermaine, thanks for stopping by and hanging out with us. You're free to come by on any of the streams that you're free to. Yeah, you're not like working or whatever. To stop on and be a part of them. And you guys are free to join us as well on Courtesy Fletch chat or whatever. Appreciate you guys if you have been watching. Michael, thank you for running DM session.
It's been my pleasure.
Yeah, this has been a really nicely run session. This is, as I said, this is actually our first ever like game. I think it's our 6th or 7th session. So I'm enjoying it so far. You enjoying it?
Yeah.
It's really good.
I need to like stay in character. I'm working on it though.
Yeah.
You always surprise me.
Yeah. I feel like whew, that heartburn really kicked me. Whew, holy shit. Anyway. Yeah, we'll talk some more after this.
Yeah.
But for now, you guys have a good night, and if you could do me a favor, bring back up the YouTube music.
Okay.
Yep. Hit play. Thank you. Thank you. All right. You guys have a good night, and we'll see you again on the next Courtesy Flush. Thank you, and take care.